Beef, why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who
the
you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment.
Welcome, everyone. Star Wars Celebration Day, Day 1 recap stream. Super late because I was so happy. I just was like, I was sweet.
You were celebrating.
I was sweet dreams of Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy. Kennedy.
She brings
an actual plan being announced.
She brought it.
That's
Kathy
crazy.
Kennedy.
Like I always
Wow. Chef's kiss. No, not really. I mean, yes, I don't even, I'm confused. Confused. Like, okay, Kathy, if all this stuff happens,
did you see that they actually announced an actual timeline?
well, I didn't see that part yet.
Plan?
I didn't see that part yet. I was watching the whole celebration at work while I was working really hard, and then I didn't see like the last 40 minutes. But there's also some IGN interviews that I don't know if anyone covered yet. Kathy also did some interviews, and so did Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Looked more organized. Yeah, and I saw. I'm tempted because I saw someone was posting the trailers that you weren't supposed to see.
Oh, I saw it too.
I could do it if I'm careful and not play the video.
Because they get striked.
Could go, yeah, I don't want to get striked. But I'll tell you what, the Acolyte, holy shirt.
Damn it.
Holy shirt. I'll send you the link so you could.
I didn't see anything except for the
Very interesting is all I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Came here to celebrate with you, Max.
I am very happy.
Good.
This is better than like the Marvel days where this was legit, man. Ahsoka, looks amazing. What was your favorite part of Celebration?
Ahsoka is gonna be better than Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but Jeremy was right about Jeremy was right about Grace. I don't know.
What?
I don't know what that means,
What's
Stat
going
Boy.
on?
I don't know what that means. If you're just getting here, smash the like button. We have a 30 like goal on MME streams. Is Acolyte canon easily better than Mando? Okay. Should we open the party and let some members come in too to join us with these watching these because there's two interviews that I wanted to watch. Justice for Batgirl. And this is all about Star Wars tonight. I should go right back to bed and get ready for day 2. After this, I don't know what to do. I'm like so confused is what I should do because I want to stream while it's live. I wish I would have taken the day off.
They announced Dawn of the Jedi.
Damn.
Yeah.
The Origins of the Jedi is what they announced.
So members, if you'd like to pop in, Voltaire, because I know Voltaire, you're
Celebration.
Yeah, we're celebrating Star Wars tonight. Let me see.
Yeah,
in regards to
finally get to see before the Old Republic.
What'd she do?
Mm-hmm.
What did Grace do?
Oh, which they also announced. They also announced Old Republic is coming.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be honest with you. If I was more positive on like if I was more confident in Kathy, I would have taken the day off. But I didn't. And then I was at work. I was like, whoa, 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 oh, woo. You know, they started out great. There were some great interviews. Some of the best interviews were with like who's
Oh, did you see the video on Twitter where Kathleen Kennedy responded to the whole fact that the movies keep getting shelved? Do you want me to play that?
Oh no, we'll play it. Yeah, we'll play that. It's
kind of fast, but
yeah, I think that's a little bit of damage control, but it's just not ready yet. I don't think that's as simple as that.
Well, she said the Patty Jenkins movie, it could become a series.
Mm-hmm. Be careful with your mic, CGH. Voltaire Star 99. I can't renew my membership, but I'd love to join. Can you send me a message on Twitter and I'll send you a link, man? Do you follow me on Twitter? I can't remember. It's at Mad Mix Movies 1. I just don't like to put the link in the chat.
So this is what they shared.
It's
just an image. It's just an image.
Hold on, we'll get there. So there's my Twitter. I don't know if I follow you, Voltaire, on Twitter. Let me see. Oh, I do. Okay, hold on. I follow you on Twitter. I'll send it to you on Twitter. You're jumping ahead, CJ. I know you're excited.
I know, and we're gonna get a sequel trilogy.
I know, but you're jumping. Who should? I'll let the perp decide. Who should we watch first? The interview. It's not from the Star Wars Celebration. It's an IGN interview. I don't know if people have seen these ones yet.
Okay.
Kathy or John and Dave first.
Kathy.
You're making me watch Kathy first.
Every time. Kathy number one.
Oh, Kathy's number one. Okay. All right. Hold on. So here's an IGN interview. It's 11 minutes. Hold on. All right.
This is a video where she addresses.
Okay. Well, don't spoil it yet. Hey, Voltaire. Hi, Voltaire.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I know you're sort of a critic of Kathy like I am, but today was a good. Today was a good day. I was surprised.
An optimistic day.
Yeah. I was surprised how good it went, and honestly, if I had more confidence, I might have tried to plan the day off to cover it live. But let's get to this Kathy Kennedy interview on IGN. This is also, she doesn't normally do this much interviews right after either, so that's kind of a change. Let's see what Chish has to say.
We are at Star Wars Celebration, and we just got out of the Lucasfilm Studio panel where so much was announced, and we're joined by none other than Kathleen Kennedy herself. Kathleen, that was a lot.
It was a lot. Yeah. Couple of hours we were up there.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing. I've seen everything, obviously, but when you get it all together like that and put it in front of people, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, and they were all very
What the heck
excited,
was
but
that?
I think people are really excited for Dave Filoni to get a feature film. So what made you both decide that it was time to make that jump for him?
It hasn't been something that we just decided. It's actually,
I will say, after watching the panel, I do give her a lot of credit for the Andor stuff out there.
Really?
With Tony Gilroy, even though there was some issues with the original Rogue One, her sticking with Tony. And then I like the part where Tony Gilroy was like, I said no right away. Like, no, I'm not doing your series. I
always figured she had a lot to do with Andor because I don't think Filoni would have had anything to do with a project like that, truthfully.
Right. And the Andor series is like really good Star Wars to me. I know some people don't like it. It didn't get good viewership, not like great viewership. But keeping that going, even though there were still creative differences on the actual movie, and I like who's the original director? The one that did Godzilla, right? The first Godzilla. Gareth Edwards. Yes. I'm very happy with Andor series, and I like that presentation. That whole panel with Andor was really good. So, and they were going right into season 2. I was concerned that they were, at least it looks like we're going to get the whole story. But
Summer 2024.
Summer 2024, they said.
I think that's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like it's been something we've been working toward, and he's been working toward for almost a decade.
Yeah.
So this is a very evolving process. Nothing happens, overnight, but it's really thrilling to see him take this step.
Mm-hmm. And as we all know, he's had such a big impact on the Star Wars universe and its characters. So, can you tell me if it'll feature any characters that we know and love or new ones?
Well, it will, because he's obviously taking all the work that he's been doing in animation and now in television with Jon Favreau, and he's moving some of those storylines into the feature space. So there's going to be a lot people will recognize.
Yeah, absolutely. And I imagine it might tie into some of the shows that we saw today.
That's the
intention. Yes. It's heading towards a big epic event in the theater. She's confirming it.
Mando movie.
Well, does it need to be Mando? Can it be Rebels or Thrawn? I don't
Rebels
know.
for sure.
What's that, Voltaire?
And Rebels for sure. I don't know about Mando. I don't know about Pedro Pascal's relationship with them.
You think Rebels? I haven't seen Rebels. You don't think like any Rebels characters would show up in the Mando movie? Like they'll do like the safer bet.
I think,
and then they do Rebels.
Well, look at this. Look at this picture.
Being introduced.
This is what they're. This is.
They already started apparently.
Look at this. We got Chopper,
Right.
Sabine, Hera.
Sabine looks.
I don't know how I feel.
Ezra.
I don't know how I feel about Hera because the main actress who played her was really good.
So
Hera.
yeah, and
I agree with CJ. She looked a little bit off. I don't know what was up with Hera.
Okay.
I agree with him.
Okay, all right. Mary Elizabeth Winstead or something. I think is the actress. I like the actress. What were you gonna say, Perp?
It's got to be the Mando movie. It'd be too soon.
Oh, Degrassi's back. Hey, Degrassi, it's been a while. Thanks for coming back. He came back to say, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so. Okay. I'll accept it.
So your point is valid that it could be the Mando movie. The reason I think it's going to be the other one, the Rebels movie, is Filoni's directing, and that's his pet project, Rebels. So I just feel like the natural progression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I see your point there, Voltaire. I think if it was going to be Mando, that it would be Favreau over Filoni. Yeah. But because it's of course Mando could be involved somehow, I guess. But yeah,
Do you think maybe we'll see what happened? Why the ghost was at Rogue One or like Rise of Skywalker?
I don't know. I think they're going to build up to the ghost being in the Andor verse part 2. Yeah, that they both lead up to right before New Hope, Rebels, and Andor, right? They both line up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. James Mangold is to bump heads with Kennedy. I don't know. She
just worked with him on Indiana Jones.
Yeah, true. Yeah, this is Evil Max saying this. Evil Max, don't be so evil. No, James Mangold's an awesome director. I'm very happy that he's involved too. If you're gonna say the directors that are gonna make the feature films are James Mangold and Filoni right off the bat, and I don't know the third one yet, and I know CJH is gonna spoil for me, but just wait, CJH. Yeah, but Han, Luke, and Leia. Okay.
And also, this bodes well for the Indiana Jones, them being happy with it, the new film, if they're already giving him a Star Wars film.
Yes. I really liked the Indiana Jones trailer. I didn't react to it yet for a single video, but I was very happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah. The effects looked a little cleaner, especially the horse scene. Looked a lot better. Looked a lot better.
All
It
right.
looked
Well,
dumb
let's
in
see. Go ahead, Voltaire.
I said the horse looked silly in that first trailer. I'm agreeing with Perp that it looked much better in this trailer.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else Kathy has to say.
And I also want to talk about James Mangold. Did you see his work on Indiana Jones 5 and think, all right, this guy needs a Star Wars?
Well, I've been following Jim for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, his work has been consistently so good. And certainly when he did Indy 5, it was clear that he's a real filmmaker and he loves movies and he loves Star Wars. He always has. And he's constantly been in my ear, hey, maybe. And then he came up with this idea and we sat down and talked with Dave about it and Carrie and all of us and agreed that this would be a really good next.
I will say, I don't want to be negative today, but there was one negative thing, but I just don't care because there's so much that I'm looking forward to. I will say that.
What's
Rey is not a negative.
No, Rey being back is not a negative to me.
That's great.
But they're saying that she is going to rebuild the Jedi Order.
Base.
I was like, oh God, this is exactly where Luke was left off. It seemed it's so exact.
Are you
cookie
saying
cutter.
they're
just
that there'll be another downfall?
Of course there will be. That's why I was like, oh my God, they're really just doing the same beat.
Well, doesn't that happen with history anyway?
Yes, but at least the prequels, they tried it a little different way. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying, Voltaire?
I 100% see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And honestly, that should have been a Luke film. And now they're going to do this again. And then
with Rey,
some big force is going to come. And I guess it's 15 years later so that she has time to establish it. But it's going to be the exact same story. There's going to be something infiltrating her new Jedi Order, I guess.
Right. It's exactly where we left off, where we got Luke with Last Jedi. I'm like, really? We're really just doing everything over again. But I'm happy. I'm happy for Rey fans. And honestly, I'll still see it. And I won't, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, I'm not going to cry about it because there's so much Star Wars that I really like. What do you say to that, Perp? I'm still very happy that Rey fans get a continuation.
Yeah, everyone wins, right?
Right. Everyone wins. I'm just like, oh my God, they're going to have her rebuild and it's going to be another thing. And it's like, really, we're just continually just doing the same story over and over again.
And you never know. And you never know. And you never know. They could make a right turn, left turn here or there where you weren't expecting.
Broom
you never
boy.
know.
Yeah.
If the writing is good, Rey's a decent character. She just needs a proper script. She never had that before. Let's be fair to her. The actress is fine. The character is fine. Script was terrible.
Yeah. Ryan getting a producer credit. That would be that would be a way of same face, and he may have worked on part of this. Yeah.
Did you catch what she said there? When she was talking about James Mangold. She said that she consulted and talked to Filoni. And then they agreed that he would be a good choice to make a Star Wars movie. Did you find that interesting that she was consulting with him and like?
Oh, I missed that. Wait. What did she say? She consulted with Filoni.
Yeah, when the girl said about Mangold, she goes because the girl, the interviewer asked her, "Yeah, Mangold, you think he needs a Star Wars movie?" She didn't say Star Wars for some reason, but whatever. And then she said, "Yeah, we talked about it, and I talked to Dave about it, and we thought about it. We thought it'd be a good idea to give him one," implying that has Filoni involved in decision making.
Yeah, that is implied. Yes, good point, Voltaire. Good point. Yes, consulting with Filoni.
But don't you know the anti-SJWs want him fired? Apparently.
Well, I know Ryan Kinnell does not like Filoni at all. I know there's a lot of EU fans that love the books. Because
Jeremy doesn't either.
Well, Jeremy, whatever. Find something to love, man. Okay, but yes, people don't necessarily like Filoni because he does touch EU characters like Thrawn, right? And he does his own thing with them. Yoda's original name or title was Minch. What?
Yeah, I knew that.
Darcipio, I disagree that she didn't have training. I just didn't like where the story was going. Like I didn't rebuilding the Jedi Order when we just got there after Return of the Jedi. I think that it would have helped if we would have saw more in between, and maybe they'll flesh that out in another series or something. I don't think it's terrible. All right, well let's see what else she has to say. But that's a good call, Voltaire. And what do you think about that, Perp, that she's consulting with Filoni on decisions?
Yeah, I'm sure she always has. She always
Okay,
consults with everyone and all that, right?
I don't know.
I don't know
Why?
about all that. I feel like she's more of an overlord type. I get that vibe from everything. Not now, you know.
Maybe.
I just feel like she's been in the business. She's a very powerful woman. Filoni was a little cartoon TV guy on little sub channels. I don't think she took him that seriously initially, to be honest with you.
What are you saying, Degrassi here? What is this comment? Rey is getting a pretty good story out of the resurrection of Ben Solo? Are they going to bring him back?
The world between worlds.
Adam Driver already said he's done.
I don't know about that, Degrassi. Bringing Ben Solo back?
Kylo
I wish.
Ren.
Oh my God!
Title the video that.
The world between what is it called?
The World Between Worlds. You had it right.
World Between Worlds. Okay, would be a way to do it. Are they finding a way to bring Kylo back? Oh my God! I don't know if he would do it.
No, he's already said he won't. He won't.
Okay.
Was that before or after 65?
What do you mean by that, Degrassi? Filoni's been leading the story group. No way. Reylo movie? Yeah. It's terrible. Just terrible. Oh my God. I don't know. Hey, I don't care, honestly. I'm getting what I want to see. You know, Luke's and the OG story is over pretty much. So whatever they do, I don't care.
Step.
Yeah. And of course, it was so exciting to have Daisy back today.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was huge.
That's huge.
Yeah. So what point in Rey's life are we going to rejoin her?
Well, we're 15 years out from Rise of Skywalker.
Right.
So we're kind of post-war, post-First Order.
This is the part where I was like, oh God, really? We're doing this again. I don't want to be negative. Listen, if everyone's happy about this, we're post-war. We're rebuilding the Jedi Order. I'm like, oh my God, we were here. We were here before.
What do you mean?
This is my only negative with Kathy this time.
What do you mean? What do you mean we wwere here before?
After Return of the Jedi, it's exactly where we left off before. It's
Yeah.
just taking us right back. You know how people love Force Awakens, but they said it's too similar. The beats are too similar to the,
Wait,
New
you're
Hope.
saying to like the prequels?
No, to the OG trilogy, blowing up a Death Star even, and another like a third Death Star. We're here again. This is the only
building the Jedi Order, but where have we seen that before?
OG trilogy.
What do you mean?
The prequel trilogy, the Jedi Order was already established. It's not like they were building; it was the downfall. Then the OG trilogy, they
so now we're
rebuilt
doing the rebuilding. So where
the
have
rebuilding.
where have we seen the rebuilding?
The OG trilogy. What am I? Are you?
Wait.
He means that's
This
where it
is a-
left off. He means that's so it's the same storyline is what Max's point is, I think.
Yeah.
It's
We
the
just
same
never saw the
storyline.
story. Perp's point.
Yeah, we
Okay.
never seen it, right?
Well, we kind of saw we didn't get to see. You saw flashbacks, and then we got
Right.
to see the destruction of what he was trying to do in the ramifications in the aftermath of it not working out.
Yeah.
And then we're probably going to go back to there again. It seems very likely. Okay.
So look, I don't like Kathleen Kennedy. I'm not a fan of what she's done for the most part, but I will say, if there is an established Jedi Order by the time this movie comes out, 15 years later or whatever, the movie will be better. More Jedi in a film, like we had in the prequel series, makes the movie better. So it might be okay, is what I'm saying. I'm cautiously optimistic, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what else she has to say. This is the part where I was cringing. Honestly, you don't have to believe me. You know, but Max is just being hyperbolic. I was like, oh,
I just want to
man.
understand. I'm not getting it.
No, it's
it.
because they're telling the same story over and over again. That's why. You know, and
Okay,
you know,
I don't
if
see
you
that. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
The Jedi are in disarray.
yes.
And there's a lot of discussion around who are the Jedi,
Yes.
what are they doing,
Yeah.
what's the state of the galaxy.
Yes.
And she's attempting
Oh, boy.
to rebuild the
That's
Jedi
basically
Order
Luke.
based on the books.
But we never got to see Luke do that.
We you're right, and that's why people were upset.
Okay, so but
we're going to be happy
George
because we
Lucas
get
should have done that story in '99 instead of the freaking prequels. Then
Okay,
it was
well,
too late.
Or he could have done it in the aughts or something. But yeah,
we don't know that he wasn't going to do that in the beginning of the sequel, the beginning of what he planned that they scrapped. You're right, we didn't get to see that, and that's why people were frustrated. But now we're going to get to see Rey do it.
Okay, that's why people are frustrated.
Yeah,
yeah. But I think Max's point is that it's not an original idea, Perp. Right?
Yeah, it's not an original idea. That's
no. They're taking an idea, and we don't even know what they're doing with it.
True. Just based on the track record, track record of the sequels,
which I think
is
is
why
fine.
I don't have. Yeah, that's track record of the sequels of how they go beat for beat and just repeat things, and the redemption of Kylo, just like the redemption of Vader. You know, it's like, okay, I always feared that they're just all they're going to do is redeem Kylo. All right, and then he died just like Vader did. Oh my God, with the Emperor. You know, that's.
You know what I would like to see,
I
hope that this is what Dawn of the Jedi does. Is I want to see Star Wars before they even are able to go into space.
Okay. Yes.
This is essentially what Zack Snyder did with his Rebel Moon. It's like, oh, I couldn't be a Star Wars. I'm going to be my own thing. It's like, oh, we couldn't do the Luke thing. We're just going to give it to Rey.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where you're at, Brian?
I just clicked on a link. I don't know what happened.
He heard the name that we shall not repeat.
Okay.
I heard his name.
Snyder?
Yeah.
But I was, but to be fair, hey, I was talking about Rebel Moon. We should be praising that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
If you're just getting, this is the only downside I had, Brian, is when they're talking about Rey's story about her rebuilding the Jedi Order. How the okay,
I don't
let's
see that as a negative.
I see it as a negative. Me,
I
but
don't see
I hope
that
it's
as a negative at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's
Especially if the reason why it's a negative is because it's something that you haven't seen, like that never happened. That was a missed opportunity.
I feel I've seen this story before. That's what
Okay.
I feel like it's rip off. I want Luke Skywalker do it, and this is what the sequel trilogy should have established instead of what they do.
Yeah, we were just spinning our wheels to get back where we started. That's what I feel like.
But wouldn't it be
Reboot?
awesome to see?
So what? Who gives a rat's ass as long as we get there,
I give a rat's ass. I give all the rats' asses.
God damn it, man. Just be patient. Let them do their thing.
I love you.
rats'
We
ass
have
alone.
to examine all opinions, and this is my opinion. This is my honest opinion. I'm
Well,
still
yeah, your
very
opinion's
happy.
stupid.
I don't tell say that to you.
Oh no.
I don't say
That's
that
all
to
be
you,
nice.
my brother. No,
I'm legitimately trying to understand. It's like you're.
That's how. This is how I feel. I feel like this is where we left off. We did all this just to get back to the same thing as Return of the Jedi.
But we never got.
And people with the Force Awakens, how they feel
full
like
circle, Max.
We never got a full on like putting it back together, like even like the flashback, like little taste, like now they get a chance to tell that story for real. None of these flashbacks to this going on, none of this like no fragments like that. It's like full on.
Yeah, but people,
they get to use the elements that they wanted to use for Luke.
Fans that read all the supplemental material where Luke was rebuilding the Order and how we were going to go, this may feel like a letdown to them. Like, well, that's what I wanted to see with Luke, and then we're getting right back. We did all this other stuff that get us back to the story that was Luke's. That was going to be.
You don't really. I don't think you really have a right to be indignant because you haven't really.
I have a right to be whatever I want. I'm just
saying.
An opinion.
You haven't taken. Have you read any of the supplemental material?
I know about it. I read some of it. Yeah, back in the day.
Do you have a reason to get upset? I don't think you do because
I listened to George Lucas all those years say about what he was going to do is rebuilding the Jedi. All right, let's just move on because we're not going to agree. We're not going to agree. Voltaire agrees with me. Voltaire knows what I'm saying.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. It's just like This where the prequels at least did something new. This is just retreading story points to me, at least. You know,
I'm sorry.
I'm not, but I'm happy about everything else. So I don't care. I'm getting Ahsoka. I'm getting the Acolyte. I'm getting all kinds of stuff. So I don't even care. All right, that's the focus on that, Brian. Good. Give the Rey fans what they want. Give the Rey fans. Yeah, I don't care.
We're valid, Max.
I've already checked out of this.
Damn right.
Oh wow, Ethan's here. Max is so wrong about this.
Yikes.
All right.
I know Ethan's a Rey fan.
Oh,
like
you're a
me.
Rey fan? Really? Oh my God. I got to hear how wrong I am. Ethan, if you're available, hop on here if you are. I'm so wrong? What? I'm shocked by this.
She's
Ethan.
the most powerful Jedi ever.
Okay. I know you're not a Kathy fan yourself. All right. I'm so wrong. Wow. All right. Let's see what else is the.
We're going.
Yeah, and you mentioned Luke, and I think he almost seemed like almost a cautionary tale in the most recent trilogy. Will we see any of that play with Rey at all?
I don't know as we'll spend a lot of time in flashbacks or Force ghosts or things like that, but certainly
She's
the
basically
spirit
saying
of what
no.
he represents.
That's what I said. He's like, they don't want to do
dead.
flashbacks anymore. Just like do it right. Do it from the beginning.
I
Let's
don't know if
love it.
They're not going to do Luke Force Ghosts. Come on. They will.
Luke is dead. They said.
Well, who's training her for 15 years?
She just said it. And all hyperbole.
Luke got shitty
dude.
training
She
too.
said, "I don't know," because she doesn't know.
She's got the how-to manuals, dude.
She's got the books. She got the holocrons. It's true.
Luke got shitty training. Hashtag.
Luke
Fair
had
enough.
like 2 weeks of training on Dagobah, guys.
No, that wasn't
Everybody
even
really likes to overestimate.
That was 3 days. That was like 3 days max.
Okay, sorry. I was exaggerating. My bad.
I just want to make it clear.
Yeah,
Luke's training was
we're
so
gonna get
bad.
into that. Luke didn't fight somebody day one after touching a lightsaber who had been trained as a Jedi from literally birth. Okay,
Yeah,
and
but
hanged.
she was fighting off scavengers from
He
day
would have
one,
though.
So
He didn't get that
He
opportunity.
did it at the end of Star Wars. Perp.
He just blew up
Empire.
he blew-
Yeah,
he
you're right.
blew-
You're right.
He did blow up a Death Star, though.
That's what I'm saying. Ray, most powerful Jedi. Come at me.
He did blow up
he
a
didn't
Death Star with the Force, though, but not lightsaber, right? Yeah.
That was because of shitty training. Yeah. No,
Okay.
I have a theory. Actually, Dane actually put me onto the theory that Luke totally went dark side, and that's how he speed ran his training.
Oh, you're saying Ben Solo's going to be the Force Ghost that train? Oh God.
Like if you look at Return of the Jedi and how Luke walked in with that
more Adam
swag into
Driver,
Jabba the Hutt, he was totally using dark Force throughout the whole thing.
Steroids, so to
I think
speak.
it's
Yeah,
gonna-
I see your point there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else she has to say here. This is where she lost me. Everything else is great.
It's going to be significant.
And as you mentioned, it's 15 years.
Okay, Ethan's here. Hey, Ethan, are you serious? You're not trolling me. I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're totally wrong, man. This new Rey series is going to be fucking awesome. It's the proper
Most powerful Jedi.
most powerful Jedi. Yeah, a Skywalker, by the way. She
Told you,
chooses to be a Skywalker.
Told
Amazing.
you, Max. Told you, Max.
Amazing.
Why don't
Amazing.
you see it? Why don't you see it, Max?
Raised will be taught the Force by baby Yoda, who will be teenage Yoda.
Oh yeah,
Teenage
Grogu's going to be the teacher.
Grogu's good.
Punk rock Yoda.
I think you're being sarcastic.
Why do you say that?
You don't really think it's gonna? You don't really think it's gonna be good, do you?
Why do you not think it's going to be good? Isn't that like
Yeah,
what you're
why
all
so
about?
cynical, Max.
I'm not.
Doesn't matter if
it
he
is
thinks it's going to be
if
good.
it is-
It's going to be
I'm
good.
happy. I'm happy. I don't like. I have Ahsoka. I got the Acolyte. I got all this other stuff. I don't really care. I just feel
If
like they're
it's
going
Star
He cares.
Wars,
He
Max
hates
has a
Rey. I
different-
don't know why you hate Rey. She's like the best.
I
Jedi ever.
like Rey. I would wish they gave her
Is
a
it
good story.
because she's a woman?
Yeah.
See, this is
No,
exactly
no,
what he's
no.
doing. You're trolling now on me.
No.
You're trolling now on me. He's
It's
no,
because
you're all
100%
falling for it. I'm not falling
facts.
for it. Yeah. Come on, Ethan.
What's
Wake
the
up,
problem?
Wake up. Wake up.
Because she picked up a lightsaber and she knew how to fight.
The problem is
how
She's
dare
so
you.
great. Listen, she knows how to fly the Millennium Falcon better than Han Solo does. And you doubt her. You don't think that this is going to be a good movie.
He got old. They lose a step when they get older.
He's totally
Right.
trolling now. He's totally trolling.
We're home.
You didn't know that?
I like Rey. I want a better. Hopefully, with more time, they'll do a better project.
Do you like? Are you a Reylo?
I do. I don't care. Go ahead, Raylos.
Who isn't?
Yeah, go ahead. If they bring back Ben Solo too and Kylo, oh my goodness, I don't know.
Who are you to stop love, Max?
I'm just happy with Andor and all the other stuff. I've checked out of the future. There's enough there.
This is so much cope.
It's
unbelievable.
He wants to hate. So
I'm happy today. This is the
you want to hate so bad. You want to hate so bad, but it's socially unacceptable.
I don't want to hate. No, I was happy with. I think Kathy actually did a good job with the Andor panel with Tony Gilroy.
Why do you hate Kathleen Kennedy so much?
I don't hate her.
No, I didn't like her because I didn't like Last Jedi, and then she wanted to put Ryan Johnson involved in the trilogy.
Yeah,
I was like, that's enough of that, so you got to go. But you know what? She's made some good decisions since then.
Okay.
And I think she's earned her place. She's clearly not going anywhere. She believes the Force is female. I don't really know how, since it, binds and penetrates us. Penetration is something that men do. It's not something that women do.
Not in Star Wars land.
Disavow.
But no, I'm just saying it seems like more a masculine energy than anything else. But it doesn't matter.
But aliens and stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean they could be amphibian-like, and whatever. But I think she's earned her place. I think it's shocking to hear you agreeing with Doomcock. I mean, you're even starting to look a little like Doomcock.
Oh my! What?
Yeah, I was about to say this.
How dare you, Ethan?
Thank you.
Call me Doomcock. No.
Oh man.
No, I did. You probably saw
Proving
my
them
video
right.
was Doomcock right. There was other people saying rumors about.
I didn't see that. I'm just saying, like, you hating on Kathleen Kennedy and wearing a Dr. Doom-esque kind of mask. Little Doomcock for me.
Bean hat. He doesn't wear a Dr. Doom mask. He's a
no. His is original. His is wholly original. Yours is a Dr. Doom mask.
Should have gone with the Doom mask.
Shit! I'm not ready for all this trolling. And I just got your comic. It looks amazing. I got to read it this weekend.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
It looks.
I'm
really
still
good.
telling you the truth, though. I appreciate you buying my stuff, but I still got to tell you the truth about this stuff. So
I was trying to butter you up to leave me alone. Oh man,
No.
you're going hard. I don't think I could take Ethan going hard at me. I don't know.
can't do it. Sorry, gotta be true.
All right, Ethan Van Sciver, #1 Kathy Kennedy fan. Let's continue.
I'm up there. Yeah, I like her.
You're not even watching Disney Star Wars, bro.
Well, I know, but I don't think it's her fault. Like, if she came out and said, I'm the one who called Gina Carano's tweets abhorrent, then we'd have a problem.
Okay.
I don't think it was her. If she came out and said, I'm the one who said that parents have no right to intervene in public school educations while teachers prance around and talk about castration, then I'd be like, I'm not crazy. But I don't think she is. I think she's just a really nice old lady, nice grandma. Who used to dance in tassels in Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom, got Steven Spielberg coffee, and now look at her. Good for her.
Oh, that's not cool.
She produced Schindler's List.
You're just saying she's a coffee girl wearing tassels? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was.
Where's the lie?
I didn't know she was in Indiana Jones with tassels.
Temple of Doom. Yeah, she was in the opening sequence where anything goes.
Yeah. Ooh, I gotta check that out.
She's a young lady,
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what she's saving Star Wars again. All right.
Good.
Years after the Rise of Skywalker. So are the other two films, do you see them more as standalone movies?
Oh yeah. What we're doing when we say standalone now, a lot of the storytelling.
I like her neck. I mean, even she's cosplaying as Bib Fortuna here. She looks great.
As a standalone.
That's the best money could buy.
Well, probably I have nothing to say there, but probably, yeah, she's in Hollywood.
She does look a little bit like Bib Fortuna. A little bit.
And it's grown. And I think the potential of that could happen in these different eras of the timeline. But I don't want to make a commitment to that until we really get into it and see
I don't know
how it plays.
Yeah, and I kind of want to talk a little bit more about that. I think the beginning of Disney Plus was kind of the beginning of a new era for Star Wars. So what have you learned about putting out Star Wars content in the past 3-4 years?
I think it was huge, actually, almost.
I think I learned to announce projects and then cancel them.
No, she says they're not. She said they're not ready.
Oh,
they're not ready. It's not
Get
that
them
she
ready.
didn't.
Star
No,
Wars.
I think that definitely was damage control. They weren't ready.
Big property.
They weren't ready. That's
What did you say to Patty Jenkins?
It's not ready. It's not ready. That's all. It's still being worked on. She did say, she actually proved me right. She said, I think people don't understand. Active development sometimes could take a long, and things get put way in the back burner there. It doesn't mean they won't resurface, but most likely a lot of these. Now she is bringing some things back though, Okay, but yeah, active development. I didn't cancel anything. Things didn't fall through. That's definitely damage control. Definitely, it's just not ready. Okay,
it's a format.
This is fair criticism. They're not afraid to take fans' money at Star Wars Celebration for years and years and years. We have a special announcement. You're going to get the exclusive, and they don't follow through with it. It's just not ready. All right.
In which George was inspired when he first did Star Wars, serialized storytelling. And so when we got into the television space and realized we had this kind of long form storytelling that we could get into, it was really conducive to Star Wars. And it's given us a lot of flexibility, opportunity to experiment.
They made me sit through Kathy first before I get John and Dave.
New storylines.
Why does she make you so angry? It's because she's a powerful executive female.
I'm not angry with her.
And now we're ready.
I'm over that.
You seem really mad at her because she's a woman.
Yeah. And for all the movies that we did hear about today, we do know that there are some that have been shelved.
Well, they haven't been shelved. Most things haven't been shelved. Development is a complicated, long-term process.
I didn't ever mess
Some
up.
people,
It's just not shelved.
we're dealing with scheduling.
Yeah.
Because obviously really talented people are working.
Ryan Johnson it's this scheduling problem for it's gonna be 10 years.
Yeah. I guess those Lego guys, the directors of the Lego movie who got canned off of Solo,
scheduling problem.
They were finished 80% of the movie, but they'd already filmed 80% of it, but that was scheduling. I guess what's his name, who's now directing Indiana Jones 5, who was supposed to be doing a Boba Fett film, scheduling.
Mangold. Yeah.
Mangold,
Well, they did eventually make the Boba Fett series though.
Patty Jenkins, scheduling.
It's not ready.
It wasn't ready.
Yeah. Let me see. But there's a lot. I am actually really happy though today, Ethan. Still though, even though I do feel this is damage control, I do think she looks good this time. This is her
Why?
best.
Because she's a woman.
No,
are you going to say the same thing about Cowboy Dave?
I'm not talking about her appearance. She does. I mean,
Jon Favreau. Are you going to comment on his appearance?
I think she looks nice for a lady too, but not to get into that.
Why don't you just listen to what she's saying?
I am. You're messing me up.
You don't hear me judging her by her appearance and calling her good fortune.
I am not. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. I'm judging her on the presentation at Celebration Day 1. This is probably her best showing at Celebration in years. I think there's a lot of projects that are actually in development, at least on the Disney Plus side, and I think she looks good on the output and the projects being announced in the panels at this.
Let's just keep our sexist objectification in check, please.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Comic artist SJW. Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't. It's often not a shelving. it's just, is it ready?
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about kind of projects like Rogue Squadron and Kevin Feige's project. So could those still see the light of day?
Kevin Feige's project was something announced in the press, or I suppose fandom, but there was nothing about development. We never discussed an idea. As everybody knows, Kevin's a huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Kathy Shade.
I mean, that came out when she was struggling with her announcements. They were talking about that. So I guess you can't put the blame on her for that, but I don't think they were upset that they were
anyways.
No, they were talking about a Feige or talking about a Feige Star Wars project that they were that was a strong possibility. So the Watcher says, "Nah, it's shelving." But I think this is a good way to say, you know what? He's got his own problems now. Star Wars might be in a better situation than Marvel with some of this upcoming stuff. Even though I think Marvel's fine, Marvel's fine.
You think so?
I think the projects coming up are pretty good.
Are we going to have a Caucasian heterosexual Fantastic Four family or no? Yes or no?
I doubt they're all going to be that way. No.
Why not?
Because
why?
2023.
Because it's 2023. Yes, and they're going to do something.
It's 2023 and Fantastic Four changed.
No, they have. Well,
no, but sensibilities have, unfortunately,
several times.
Nope. Sorry. Reed Richards, Caucasian. Human Torch, Caucasian, except when he's higher than he's orange. Well, I know, and had the last movie do. Ben Grimm.
Oh, that's why. That's why. So this new one's going to bomb because of that?
Yes.
You don't think?
I'm going to make sure of it. Yeah, I personally am going to see to it.
I think it didn't succeed not because of Michael B. Jordan was the Human Torch, but because the product wasn't good.
$200 Fantastic Four bombs, Ethan?
Yeah, $200 Fantastic Four bombs if it's full of gay African American people of color in it. Yes, instead of the regular cast.
Okay.
Well, that's the whole point. I'm saying, is it going to be Caucasian and heterosexual like the actual comic book, or are they going to Are they going to make one of the main characters gay or black?
Is this what you think?
One of the two.
That's fine.
And if they do that, it will bomb. And if they don't do that, it will succeed gloriously.
I think MCU Fantastic Four is going to do good, regardless if
the only two things that they could possibly
do. A little
that's it
here and there.
That's it.
No,
that's what you think about.
I'm just saying.
In your eyes, in your mind, that's the only two things.
That's the only thing that they're going to do, because that's the only trick they have over and over and over again. Magicians pulling the same rabbit out of the same hat.
Clearly,
everyone's gay. Everyone's a person of color who used to be heterosexual and Caucasian.
Yep.
Ta-da!
Where did that happen?
Everywhere.
Last movie you saw that happen in?
Fantastic Four.
I don't see gay people everywhere.
Whoops.
There are more gay people. But
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're talking about. Whoa. How did we get there?
Because I'm here.
Well, that's what Ethan thinks about. That's what Ethan thinks about.
That's all I think about all day. I'm like,
I mean,
race swapping, all the gay representation where it doesn't exist or belong.
That's what
I know. To be fair, though, he does really care about the Fantastic
What scares
Four.
me the most? Okay, that's what they're gonna do.
He does care.
Yeah.
So I think even if they do a race swap or a gay swap, that it's still going to be fine, Ethan. I really do feel that way.
I don't. So, I think it's going to be terrible.
All right. Well, I hope I'm right.
I'm going to watch it anyway.
Yes, I am. I mean, oh wait, no, I'm not. You're right. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're not. Well,
but
I hope it's. I hope
you'll
it's
think
good
about
for
it every
you.
night.
All right.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, you will.
To be fair, people haven't been happy. People haven't been happy with the Fantastic Four up until now anyway.
Can you believe what they're doing Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Yeah. Outrage. I'm going to have a thumbnail that just says outrage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, across the top of it.
All right. Well, let's get back to Kath. I can't believe I'm saying this. Let's get back to Kathleen Kennedy.
And, if he did come up with something, I would be all
There's the
ears.
fake laugh.
But that's never really happened. So it's not an abandoned
Right.
project. It just didn't happen.
Now, Rogue Squadron. Any chance?
Rogue Squadron, that definitely is something that we still talk about. Whether it's a movie,
Just not with Patty. I'm gonna be real. I don't think Patty's gonna be involved. Because when you're high, because she hasn't been successful lately. Her recent projects have all been falling through. Cleopatra, Wonder Woman 3, and then the Rogue Squadron.
What happened? What do you think happened?
It has nothing. It has nothing to do with because they did the same thing to Colin Trevorrow. After he did Jurassic World and he was ready to do the third in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and he had a bad movie that everyone's like, "Oh, this is bad." They dropped him like it's hot.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're doing to Patty. She's not doing so good right now. No. So that I doubt she'll be involved. I wouldn't hate it if she was. I'd be concerned because her recent output has not been good, and it seems like she's been giving excuses in the trades.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you, Max. I think you're right.
I don't think she's coming back for Rogue Squadron. I hope they make it.
whether it ends up being in the series space, that's definitely something.
Fantastic. And we've talked a lot about movies, but I want to talk about the really exciting
Lesbianism.
shows that we got a glimpse of today. So you have Ahsoka. You
What
have
about lesbians? That you piqued my interest.
Oh no, I thought that's what she was going to say. I thought she was going to say we talked a lot about movies, but we haven't talked enough about lesbianism and cramming more of them into Star Wars. How do we do that? How do we get more lesbians in Star
In a
Wars?
galaxy far, far away,
Like Marvel, right?
you could have
Yeah.
as many.
It's everywhere.
You can have as many lesbians as you want. And I welcome the lesbians in Star Wars.
Do you?
And
Yes,
You welcome them?
though? I would
Yes.
say be careful what you wish for.
They don't welcome you.
They
They're just
don't?
like, why don't you get out of here? Yes, heterosexual Caucasian male, get out of here. We have no use for you.
There's still a lot of those in
Nah.
there. They're in the Empire.
Who said that?
They're the evil. They're the villains.
Right.
There's still roles. I'm
All
just
of these
kidding.
people need to repent and turn their lives over to Jesus Christ. Starting
my
with
dear
little movie perp.
Are you?
Oh,
Starting
come on,
with
Ethan.
Oh my God! You're going.
Come
full-
on, Ethan.
Boy, do you have a
You don't have
religious?
to go there.
You have a religious agenda here.
You don't have
Yes,
to go
I
there
do.
right away.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
this
there's
is
been
my
a-
religious agenda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk's religious propaganda.
It is, yeah.
Keep religion out of my comic books, okay?
Yes.
I,
All right.
What?
I'm tired of you religious propagandists.
Oh,
going
you
there with your
Okay,
cyberpunk.
okay. Can we
Now-
just not continue that
Now
present
you
thought?
said. You said.
Okay,
Oh, Jesus
I'm sorry.
too.
on Good
Fine.
Friday,
No,
right?
I'm
Little
just
movie
saying,
perp.
like,
Yeah.
like,
Condemning the
no.
Lord Jesus Christ on Good Friday,
Hey,
the
Ethan-
Easter
Ethan brought it
weekend.
up.
That's not good.
Where's your hammer and
I mean,
nails, little
I
movie
mean, I
perp?
just
Where's your
took the
crown
Lord's
of
name in
thorns?
vain, so-
Oh, CJ.
no.
Oh, I'm sorry, CJ.
Okay, how many archetypes
apologize
in
to
comic
Brian.
books were?
Why don't you
based
apologize
on
to the Lord
religious-
Jesus Christ, little movie
Religious
perp?
God.
archetypes.
He forgave me
a
already.
lot of
I
them.
forgive you.
I don't think he did.
He
I think
did.
He's
He
still
told me.
holding a grudge.
He told me, well, you're thinking of how gay people in movies and how the Fantastic Four.
That's the
I'm
Lord
talking to
speaking through
Jesus.
me.
I'm talking
That's
to
the
Jesus,
Lord's.
and
No,
he's
he
saying,
isn't.
"Yo,
No,
perp,
you are
you're
deceived.
good."
That's the devil.
No,
Everything
nope,
that you
wrong.
are a child of the lie.
Wrong.
The
Wrong.
devil
Oh,
is your
my dear
father.
Lord.
Wrong.
Your
You're
father,
wrong.
the
Ethan,
devil.
You're wrong.
I'd rather
Jesus
deal
told me
with
you're wrong.
the Jedi Order over this. Shit.
Jesus told me you're wrong.
Jesus
And,
didn't
and
tell you
Jesus
nothing.
also told me, he's like, you know, I'm gonna
Degrassi,
prove,
I'm not even
I'll prove
highlighting
it
that.
to you, perp.
I don't
I'll
want to
prove
be.
it. I'm on your
I-
side. You're gonna get more gay people in Marvel. You're gonna
Get
get
your
more gay
ass in
people in
here,
Star
Nick.
Wars. That's
Get
how
your
I'll
ass
prove
in
it to
here,
you, perp.
That was the devil who said
No,
that.
no.
Yes, it
Jesus.
was. It was
It
the
was Jesus.
devil himself speaking
My
to
dear
you.
Lord, what is
He's gonna prove
happening
it.
here?
He's gonna prove it to you.
Mhm.
Don't worry.
Uh,
Sit back. Relax.
Okay.
We got
Figure
this.
drawings happier back, Ethan.
We got this, Ethan. Don't
This is
worry.
anti-surprising. Yes, me and you came the troll today.
Shut up, figure drawing, you idiot. All right, let's get back to this. Jesus Christ, that dude's on my dick.
Hey,
Sorry.
do you know what day it is, Ethan?
It's yeah, it is.
Can
It's,
you really blame him when all you think about is gay people in Star
here's
Wars?
what I want to do. I want to do Black Friday the 13th. Okay, this is the movie that I would like to
Yeah.
pitch. Max
That would
movies.
be good. That would.
Yeah.
Would you want
I'm
to do
in
Black
it.
Friday the
Did the
13th?
women thing.
I'm in it.
Did the gay thing. Let's go. Let's do black. Yeah.
Are you
Get
gonna
them
have
all,
enough-
Ethan.
Are you gonna have representation in it?
Old material.
No, it basically
Calm
what
down,
it is.
Cringe, bro. You're going through all your material.
My material. What are you talking about? It's
Nothing.
Black
Nothing.
Friday
You
the
were
13th.
saying nothing. You're right. I fucked you up.
It's
You
a
were saying-
movie about
saying?
someone taking revenge on the people who killed Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The Romans. I should.
Black Friday.
Black Friday, and then the person's wearing some kind of a mask, and then you find out it's Mary Magdalene at the end. It would be great. It'd be a slasher thriller.
Can I?
From
Can
the-
I? I'm shocked
What?
by this. Can we
Should've
please
gone the
listen
other
to
way.
Kathy instead? Sorry. Hey Nick. Hey Nick.
All right,
I
none of you guys
actually-
get roles. You're not. in this.
Hail, EVS. He is risen.
Hail, Nick. Yeah, he is. He is risen.
Hey Nick, how's it going?
I have good news for everybody in the chat except for Little Movie Perp, to whom salvation is
chat.
not extended. Not extended. But for the rest of
I'm
you,
already in, baby.
you're not in. You did not accept Jesus Christ
in.
as your Lord and Savior.
Twice.
The devil is your
How many-
master.
how many
It's clear.
times did you do it?
Let's accept Kathy here because Star Wars is eating good. Nick, were you excited about the celebration? Were you celebrating Star Wars?
We streamed at 9 hours today covering this horse shit.
I got up at 4 o'clock in the damn morning.
Nick,
dude.
Nick, this
What
was
a bunch
great.
of shit.
I'm
Dude, that
It's
Indiana
so good.
Jones trailer was the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
Indiana Jones looked terrible.
What are you talking about?
Fucking
That
looked
looked
terrible.
great.
You didn't
What
Oh
are
my
you?
God.
What is going on here?
That's
Freaking-
How did that look
capitalism.
bad? That looked really
Shut
good.
up. Oh my God. Ugh.
What,
More
Brian? You
fucking
didn't like
communist
the?
propaganda? No, I hated it. It was so stupid.
What?
I'm like, dude, I'm not watching this movie. I can't. Sorry.
Really?
Thought about
It's going to be terrible.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, or whatever the hell her name is, ruined that damn movie. Sorry, can't do it.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
What?
Oh, I stole it from you. You stole it from me. That's capitalism. No, it's not. Shut up. It is so stupid.
Capitalism is not
doing
theft.
this crap. No, it is not.
What is happening here?
I'm pretty sure that's socialism, isn't it? Where people steal from others.
Yes,
yeah,
that is socialism.
That's socialism.
Not capitalism.
Right.
So
save us.
I'm tired. I'm tired of the false.
Batman's
false
a fascist.
What the hell?
Oh, good fucking god!
But Nick, you really didn't. You weren't happy with Celebration.
Hell, no. A freaking another Rey movie.
Oh yeah,
the trailer was about the only thing I saw. That
what
was
about Ahsoka?
Well, they're gonna cherry pick from Heir to the Empire and bastardize Timothy Zahn's work.
EU
so no, I mean, could Ahsoka be good? Yeah, it could be, but I'm not holding my breath. The other movie by James Mangold, is that going to happen if Indy flops? No, probably not.
Well, why would it? I mean, I like that. If Indy 5 flops, why would they hire James Mangold again? He should go away and sit in a hole and wait to die.
James Mangold.
They didn't do that. Like Ryan Johnson, like he flopped, and like
where's
way better track record than Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, of course he does. James Mangold's listen. I don't understand like why you guys hate Indiana Jones 5. That trailer looked fucking awesome. I don't get it. Like
my issue with it is it looked fake. Yeah, like there was too much CGI. Like if you go back and watch Raiders, like they're shooting that in real world environments. Most of what it looked like to me was a bunch of CGI or the volume stages. If they shot on those, the CGI on like the planes. Like if you go back and watch Indiana Jones 3, when they're on that train at the very beginning with River Phoenix at the beginning, that's a real train.
Well,
that train in this one just looks fake.
And Mangold, I trust.
Believable.
Walk the line.
Walk the line.
Interrupted. 310 to Yuma. The Wolverine.
310 to Yuma.
Copland.
Yeah, he's done good movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's handcuffed by the corporation of Disney.
That might be nice. No.
Well, I don't know if it's Kathy or not, but they have certain elements of the story that they probably wanted him to include in there, and he has to do it. Like apparently, I guess it's going to be time travel in there after the trailer today.
Yeah. I tried to rent 310 to Yuma, and I accidentally picked up 310 inches in Your Ma, and it was a completely different. Wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and Mangold did not direct it. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Mangold.
Oh wow! All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I'm sorry, Nick, that you were disappointed by Celebration.
I love Indiana Jones. I hope the movie kicks ass. I hope it's great, but.
It looked good to me. It didn't look as good as Ahsoka, though. Ahsoka looked like I gave that a 10 out of 10. That was so legit.
Really? I didn't see anything with Ahsoka.
Yeah,
the trailer for it dropped this morning as well.
I do know that people that love the EU and Thrawn are going to be super critical. I do know that.
They really showed off the women power in the Ahsoka trailer, though, for sure.
Of course, she kicks ass. Women, yeah.
Well, it's not just her. It was
not enough, actually.
Just about every single shot.
Well, they didn't have it. Ezra
was a hologram.
It was a hologram, like they.
What a beta male.
Yeah. He couldn't even be kicking ass. He had to be a help me, women.
Yeah, Ezra is the princess. The males are now the princesses in this
totally gay. All of this is completely gay.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I'd like these ladies to save me from the stream. All right.
The great Star Wars
Ahsoka could save me any day. Any day. Yeah, people do still say whammon, yes.
Shit's gay.
All right.
Acolyte, you have Skeleton Crew. What do you hope each of these brings to your current Star Wars universe?
You know what we're seeing, and Dave talked a lot about this. we're seeing the opportunity for fans to find where their entry point is in Star Wars. There's a lot of things now going back almost 50 years.
Yeah.
So you don't want to.
I think she looks sharp today too. I like that.
Everything. In
Blazer
order to
with
step into Star Wars.
Dressed like Michael Jackson.
The
Yeah,
generational aspect of Star
Where's her
Wars. It's
Forces
always been
female
something
shirt?
that's been passed down.
I would have been fine with that.
Something like Skeleton Crew. We're really
Why not just? I think she should have announced Rey coming back, had her blazer, and then opened it a little bit and says the Force is Rey. That would have been mic drop.
Yeah.
That's a good shirt idea.
And I really loved her Nike shoes.
What's wrong? Oh, come on. Do you do that to the male executives, Nick, that you complain about their shoes?
I'm just saying.
Nike
Do you
shoes?
ask male directors or male executives to open up their top for you?
Yeah.
Like you just...
Yes.
I think they would. That's what I would have done to troll everyone. Like
Disrespecting
the Force is
women.
Rey. I'm gonna make that T-shirt. The Force is Rey.
Uh-huh.
To trigger you.
I'm
guys.
sure it'll sell out.
It will.
Gangbusters.
It will. All right. We'll do that challenge.
Oh,
Nick.
did you see when she came out on stage today?
Pre-ordered already.
Crickets when they brought her out on stage today at Celebration.
Just like
Nobody
Joe Biden.
cheered for her.
I think people cheer.
Just like Joe Biden, he won.
You know, I'm not her fan. Why are you making me defend her? Oh my god. Okay. Let's
This
get
woman should not be defended.
Can we finish so we can get to John and Dave?
Daisy Ridley? You don't like? What are you talking about? Poor Daisy Ridley. She didn't do anything wrong.
She's charismatic as hell.
Daisy Ridley's awesome.
Okay. I'm just wondering why you hate her.
I thank you, Degrassi. I couldn't think of the word. It is a lovely brooch. Actually, I would appreciate you wearing more on your streams, Ethan. I'd like a lovely brooch. Can you accommodate that? You know, I don't know with a. All right.
Sure.
Comicscape brooch.
Nick, what the fuck?
Excited about because it's aimed at younger kids, but will still bring in the fans, still bring in adults. But that's an opportunity for a kid that so many of us relate to, a kid that can step into Star Wars and make it their own. And I think that's the beauty of the storytelling that's going on now, is that everybody can kind of find where their entry point is.
And speaking of Skeleton Crew, I mean, that was so exciting to see all the directors.
Her head's up
laid
her
out like
entry
that.
point.
I mean, what kind of made you want to take that approach
Plus
to
the
Skeleton
Hollywood
Crew, where you find so many different voices and put them in one show?
We've been doing that a lot. We did that with
and she has Star
Ahsoka.
Wars.
We've been doing that with Mandalorian.
He's got
There's a lot
Cyberfrog.
of different voices.
I'm
that
looking
come
forward
in.
to.
Obviously, John.
I agree.
Really
if Cyberfrog becomes a movie or video game, I will be there.
But when we
Ethan,
knew we had John Watts, and John Watts knows all of us, that kind of continuity
pack
was
it
able
full
to
of
exist.
lesbians.
And it's just great to
Great
bring
color.
Star Wars
Nice.
fans
Watch
who are
sales go
also
up.
great directors, and they may have an idea here and there that shifts a point of view, and that's exciting. That's what we want.
And I was excited to see more of The Acolyte, which has been one of the more mysterious projects, but you said you've seen 4
looks
episodes and
good.
you were blown away. So what about them blew you
It
away?
looks good, Ethan.
Looks really good.
I saw the leaked trailer that
I
they're not
haven't even seen
supposed
it
to
yet.
show. There's some really cool, like Kill Bill martial arts, like Quentin Tarantino style. That's from that Leslie Headland.
Yeah, we just posted the link for the leaked footage in our stream
Of
today.
course
'cause
you
we,
did.
We didn't want to. We didn't
Oh,
wanna
you don't
get
support
striked.
that one? Oh yeah, okay. But
You didn't
what
like
did you
that-
think?
you-
What did
you
you
didn't
think
like
of
that
that
one,
one,
Nick?
Nick?
I mean, there was the martial arts stuff looked cool. It looked interesting, but I have no faith in the movie because of the people involved in it. Leslie Headland literally said, I want people that don't know Star Wars. Why would you hire people that don't know the IP of the movie that you're creating?
She knows Star Wars.
Please.
Yeah,
she's a big
I'm sure she
fan.
does.
Please.
I'm gonna wait to see what Doomcock says, and I'm gonna copy his opinion.
So just copy 4chan's
she
opinion.
doesn't-
Save time.
Maybe she doesn't want people that are super fans that can't give their own ideas.
That
to
just
the-
means she
the
wants
role.
more people in to see her movie, which is what everyone says when they're
know.
promoting their movie.
Maybe it's not always great to have a super fan take on the role. Someone that's just good in the arts that can do. I also like when I hear that someone's a fan too, but it doesn't always necessarily have to be the case.
No, I mean, it's stupid. You're going to get Kevin Smith ultimately to direct everything. If you want the ultimate fan of everything, everything's going to be Kevin Smith all the time.
Yeah.
And that's going to suck. Like, really just somebody who understands storytelling would be nice. I don't want anybody who's too hung up on the Star Wars mythos. You know who didn't know Star Wars very well when he directed Star Wars? George Lucas didn't really know Star Wars very well when he directed A New Hope. He just didn't. You just feel around and you kind of make things up and you make it work. I don't like all these guys who are like, you have to reference everything from the... Just do a good hero's journey story about Star Wars and you're going to do just fine.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I actually agree with that too. Supposedly, Star Wars came together in the editing bay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Leslie, her storytelling, I was blown away by just the scale and the size. And as you could see from what you saw in the room, it's very compelling. She's doing some really original things and yet completely grounded in Star Wars.
Yeah, and then you have Ahsoka, which is, of course, taking such a beloved animation character and taking them into live action. Do you guys think that that's something you might do more of?
You know, I wouldn't do it without Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave created so much of what was in Clone
I
Wars
love
and
Dave
Rebels
Filoni.
And
Been a fan
that
with him
extension of that
since
storytelling
Avatar.
is something that's Dave's.
The Last
And
Airbender.
certainly working with him to try to evolve that into, you know, whether we do with live action.
So
whether
glad
it's a
he's going to
series
get to
or whether we
do
go into features.
a
That's
live action
something we
Rebels.
would do with him.
And you guys have really played with kind of like intersecting these shows. You've had like The Mandalorian and Boba Fett, and we had a Thrawn mention and Mandalorian.
Yeah, it's all leading up to a big movie, theatrical. All this stuff is connected now, Ethan and Nick. It's all
they use the word the culmination of the
culmination.
It's you know, listen, I don't care if it's all connected. Most of it's terrible.
It's gonna if they do Thrawn and Rebels and theatrical and they have this whole crew. This is the Rebels crew, in my opinion. It's all subjective. Is one of the best crews Star Wars put together since the original.
I liked Rebels. I really liked Rebels. I thought it was one of the best animated shows that we've gotten. And that's the thing I liked about the Ahsoka trailer. I liked seeing that that Rebels crew is coming back. You know, that was one of the positives that I took away from it. I don't know what they're going to do. You know,
would you see that theatrical, Nick?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to go see it. I'll probably pay for another movie and not give and then sneak into into that movie. But
wow, you're that hardcore. Okay, Ethan, before you stopped watching Disney Star Wars, with your reasons, and I respect whatever people want to do.
Of course, yeah, my reasons are eminently respectable.
Did you watch Rebels before you stopped?
Absolutely not. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm 48 years old. I'm not 13. I'm not watching cartoons about Star Wars.
I'm
just
41
not doing
and buying Cyberfrog comics.
That Cyberfrog is completely for adults and kids. I'm not watching some Star Wars cartoon. I'm just not doing it.
Adults and kids.
He got you there, yes, he's right.
Figure Drawing wants to know this about you.
I guess if EVS ever watches lesbian porn, he'd spontaneously combust. Why would I combust?
Yeah, he thinks about it every night.
Every night.
Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah. I want them in lesbians belong in pornography, not in Star Wars or Marvel. And that is a compromise that I'll make.
I want them in both places, I think.
Pornography is fine.
I think I want them everywhere.
That's what EVS sees in his Marvel and Star Wars nowadays.
Whenever I see Marvel and Star Wars, I'm like, what the hell? What's with all the lesbians?
Oh.
Yeah.
Only on your hub account. Okay. All right.
Just now. I mean, is that something you might play with more, or do you think these are going to be more standalone projects?
Well, that's really building toward what Dave's doing in the future space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very intentionally.
And how far, going back to these movies, how far along are they in development?
We're pretty far along. These are things,
I don't know about that.
As you can imagine, certainly looking at what Dave's been doing with Ahsoka, that'll be at least 6-7 years building to what it is we're going to be doing in a movie. As far as Charmine, we've been working on that for a couple of years already.
I don't know who that is.
What Jim's doing, Jim and I, because we had the benefit of doing Indiana Jones together, there was a lot of discussion about
James
what that
Mangold.
story is.
Jim.
You know, what's great about Jim is he's a writer-director.
Call him James.
Much like Dave is. So he can move that along at a pretty fast pace. So
If if
Such a
James
fucking
Cameron,
Hollywood thing to do, by the way, is just it's like, oh, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna call, like, his name is Steven Spielberg. I'm gonna call him Stevie. You know what I mean? Like, because he's my friend. Meanwhile, you're gonna have to go, wait, Jim who? James Mangold. And then make the guy change his name to Jim Mangold. You know what I mean? And my friend Jimmy. Oh, you mean James Cameron? Nah, me and Jimmy. Yeah, shut up. Marty, my buddy Marty. You mean Martin Scorsese?
Yeah, that's what
That's
I would
how
say.
we know him. That's how the little people know him, you twat.
Oh,
I mean, listen,
like that.
I'm hanging out with Bobby. I'm at lunch with Bobby. You mean Robert De Niro? You asshole.
I would do the same thing. Pretentious.
It's like, oh, well, yeah,
Hey,
it's pretentious.
Marty.
I'm really familiar with all these living legends, and I'm just going to pretend that you
very
are
familiar
too.
with them. She is.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? You're talking to the little people now. You're talking to the proletariat.
This is what
You
you're
have to
hung
translate
up on.
for the little man.
This is
what
you're hung up on.
Just speaking, like, his name is James Mangold. Just say, so anyway, me and James Mangold. Don't call him Jim.
I can see it. It's real pompous.
It is.
It's real
like
arrogant. I don't like
I'm on
that.
a different level than you. I get to call him a baby name.
Yeah.
You have to call him Mr. James Mangold, sir.
I got a pet name for him. What are you? Yeah,
wow.
Think about it.
See what I'm saying? At least Brian gets it.
Power to them.
You never call Cameron Jimmy unless you want blue steel up your ass. Hey, Ray. All right, we're almost done with this interview. You've made this very entertaining, I think.
That's what I'm here to do. Yeah.
Everything's kind of moving along.
Man, this is
may have a
transformative.
Really nice situation where we have all of these things ready to go, and we can take our time figuring out when we make them.
Yeah, I mean, we'd like that to see them all go out. And I think Star Wars is kind of a genre unto itself at this point. Are there any kind of genres though that you want to play more within Star Wars?
Well, I think we've been doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously George started that, so specifically we're looking at westerns with what Mandalorian is. That Dave is very influenced by Kurosawa and Japanese films.
Ooh, yeah.
And that I would say that influences the tone of Ahsoka probably more than it does with Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And then Amblin movies, Goonies, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those fun kid adventure stories, that's very much influencing Skeleton Crew. And then the spy thriller with Tony Gilroy and Andor.
Imagine that's your master. Imagine you're a dog and you've got to look at Max.
Yeah,
Be
very
like,
distinct.
That would be great.
No, you're so
That's my
right. And I
master.
also want to ask about Donald Glover recently talked about the Lando series.
Yes,
Can
Lando.
you give us any update on that? Is it still
What about
happening?
that,
I can just
Ethan?
tell you it's still happening.
Oh, yes. Lando's happening.
No, when
Confirmed.
she says it's still happening, she said that
Oh,
Ryan Johnson's trilogy
that's
was
true.
still
That's true.
happening up to
That's
about 2
true.
months ago. We all knew it
true.
wasn't. Oh, it's still happening. Oh, is it still happening? That just means that you haven't fired everybody yet, and everybody still thinks they have a job and they're turning in treatments. Why don't you be honest with everybody? There's no Lando series or movie or anything coming out. It's not
No.
happening.
Yeah, they announced that 3 years ago.
I
and
think there's
nothing
more
has happened.
I think there's more chance of Lando than Ryan Johnson's trilogy.
Why? I mean, this is the thing. You say, well, Lando, how's Lando coming? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Like that right now, we approved of a script. Casting is currently happening, and we're doing this because we announced it 3 years ago. And pretty soon, we're going to begin filming Lando. That's what you say when it's actually happening. When it's not,
I would like
it's
that
still
too.
happening.
Yeah, no, I would like that. You got me there. I got excited, but then yes, I would like to see some movement.
She has a history. She's not fooling us.
Yeah, movement. It's not ready yet, though.
Hey, maybe it's happening.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, I guess.
We're towards the end. She left that nugget at the end there. Lando could still happen.
She would have been talking about it now.
We might get Solo back, Ethan and Nick.
No way.
Yeah, in the Lando show.
Yeah, you got to watch it.
Yeah, and he's very excited about it.
Clearly. Yeah. And before we wrap up, I just want to, see if there's any like major hope that you want to, a new hope, that you want to strive for in this kind of new era of Star Wars that you just announced.
And then
today.
we're going to ask all our hopes after this because she's brought such hope to us today. Kathy Kennedy and Kathy. Brazel, come on, girl.
It's as I said, I think quality is always everything.
Yeah.
We want to tell resonating stories.
Really?
really speak to what Star Wars is. I don't want it, and
What is
none
it?
of us want it to become like everything else. We want it to be something that continues to live up to the expectation that fans have. And that's the most important thing to all of us.
Quality is the most important
Absolutely.
thing.
Well, thank you so much, Kathleen. That was so
Okay,
great.
Thank you.
Quality
All
has
right.
been lacking.
Since I'm going to give that a thumbs up.
Are you?
Since Kathy gave us hope today on Star Wars Celebration Day 1, what's your hope for Star Wars, Ethan?
Well, I'd like to keep
Rehire Gina.
rehire Gina Carano.
Fine. I don't care. Let her bring her back.
Well, I mean, listen, today I was at Walmart and I passed by a $240 Lego land speeder set. And I was like,
oh yeah, I saw that.
3 years ago, that would be in my shopping cart right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is not in my shopping cart right now. And I got to walk away from that. And I would really, I mean, I know I'm just one guy, but I'm a good customer of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be able to be a consumer of Star Wars again. What I would like to see
It
is,
consumes every night.
I mean, what the hell? I'm pouring out my heart here, little movie perp. Come
I
on
know,
now.
But you think about it a lot, though.
I do. Star Wars, of course I do. I think about it all the time.
He likes Star Wars. He's allowed to like Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, he's allowed.
I'm currently boycotting it. I would like an apology to myself first, and
To
then
you,
to
personally?
me first. Yeah, I want to apologize for
losing
offending
him.
Ethan Van
For
Sciver.
for losing him as a fan.
Right,
He's
and
such-
then
he was
and
such
then
a-
I wanted
They need to apologize because this man passed a Lego speeder, Max. You don't know what that means.
it means a lot.
But
It
you
means
bought
that-
a lot of Tico toys.
Yeah, I did. I was probably the biggest Tico consumer in America, at least.
What'd you do with
know.
them?
Well, I cut them all in half.
Yeah. How old were you when you did that?
Let me see.
Hey, it made a
It's
lot
a
of
long
money.
time ago. It was
How long ago? Last one
I
came out when?
I
2017?
couldn't do that myself. It would make me feel bad. But if
Why?
I knew I was going to make
Felt
lots
great.
of money,
Felt great to him.
Yeah, I loved it.
just like
It's
I
terrific.
wouldn't, I wouldn't buy your comics to destroy them. Like I don't know why
Hmm.
people do that on both sides. You know, I'm going to buy this comic. I'm going to destroy it. You know, I don't know
Right.
why.
Well,
They've
here's why I
done
did
that
it.
Years too. You know,
Here's why I did it, because there were a lot of
Fandom.
channels that were doing,
Yeah.
opening, like I'm opening the new Star Wars thing, like, box opening channels. So I did that because all I ever saw in the racks was Rose Tico toys, unsold. And so I bought all of them, and I decided to do a manic, frenetic
it
opening
popular.
video.
Very
Right.
manic.
Very manic and frenetic opening video as a work of art, in which I opened 100 Rose Ticos. And by the time I'd gotten into number 12, I was actually cutting
Sweating.
through I was definitely sweating. Like it was a fever. Cutting through the packaging and decapitating Rose Tico. And it offended a lot of people. I didn't mean
Sure
it
did.
I was a little offended. Yeah.
I was so
And
offended.
then I was like, I knew what you're doing.
I mean,
though.
I
Like,
didn't mean to
bought all
hurt
those-
anyone's feelings.
Bought all those action figures and he started
It's
cutting them up.
he's really just cutting plastic.
I mean, how
Who
people
the
have
hell
to-
cares? It's his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you care?
He
Yeah,
made.
I
He
know.
made. How much money did you make off
I'm
those
just offended.
videos?
A
Did he
lot.
come
Like
did he come to your house and do it? Like
the only reason to cut a Rose Tico figure up though is profit.
Yeah.
And that's why I did it ultimately, to make money.
Right.
So
it's the same reason people start up bullshit to make content.
yeah.
What's the
It
difference?
made more money than it would
Well,
in the
what's
store
the
by you doing
idea?
that. I'll be real. It
I
made
mean,
more-
look, they started making toys pre-decapitated. They made a Brie Larson toy with its head already cut off. Because I mean they knew, and they marketed it that way. They knew that's where it was going anyway. It
I'm
was
a
going
Brie-
under my scissors.
I love the Queen Brie. I'm so looking forward to the Marvels. I've
Right.
become
He's
such a
so
big
full of
fan
shit.
as the way she triggers the anti-SJWs on the internet. She is a queen. I love Brie, and I used to not like her. I'm a huge fan now.
She really upsets Jeremy Griggs. She really upsets Jeremy
Yeah,
Hambley.
you
And you
too.
like her?
Yeah.
You
She's our
like her
Gina.
for that?
Don't you
She
like
She's
getting-
our
Likes
Gina.
her for that
don't you
reason.
like seeing people get triggered?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so.
She's way better at it than you are even.
Yeah.
All
What
she
I-
does that,
but-
all she has to do is put her elbow on like C-3PO and like I'm thinking about Star Wars and people will don't you like putting the thumbnail of the screaming SJW when Trump got elected?
I love that. Yeah, that's my favorite thing.
That's what she does to anti-SJWs, just by saying, "I'm thinking about being in Fast and Furious."
Oh my God, no, not Fast and Furious.
Yeah, she's in Fast and Furious.
She did it again.
Drop the taco. Get in the car.
She got me again.
Oh,
Have her hold a.
Listen,
amazing.
all I said to her was to lighten up and do like show a
Lighten
little
up
skin.
for what?
And then
I just said lighten up. You're a little too harsh. She got
What do you
big
mean?
boobies. She let her boobies hang out. She's smiling more. She's doing everything I wanted her to do. She's acting like a woman.
So you're responsible for Brie Larson's recent success.
Most certainly, yeah. Name another person. I told her, I was like, let those boobies hang out. Smile a little bit for me, sweetie. Give daddy sugar, a little sugar. And that's what she's been doing.
Such misogyny.
What are you talking about? I like women.
I
do
too.
Loves them. Unless they're in Star Wars or Marvel.
I don't like that. No. Get them out.
Voltaire, you all right? You've been off the.
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I would like to ask CBS. I think Gina Carano didn't say anything wrong, but what's the difference between Gina Carano and Colin Kaepernick?
You need me to tell you? You can't just look at them and figure it out.
They're both middling at what they do.
Like.
I have my own issues with Colin Kaepernick. I'm a 49er fan, okay? I didn't respect his ability to play the game of football.
Okay.
And his protest was a sideshow.
All right.
And now he can't get a job as a backup because nobody wants that
Because
side.
he can't play football and nobody wants a sideshow.
Right. So his bosses didn't like what he said publicly to rile up people. It's the same thing with Disney and what Carano did. I mean, again, I don't think she said anything bad. I liked her character, but her bosses are allowed.
Gina Carano is the Colin Kaepernick of
And
Star
I'm
Wars
going to add
actors.
into the Colin Kaepernick debate. Go back and watch that first couple seasons of Mandalorian. She's not that great of an actress.
She's so good, man. She is such a good actress.
She's a revelation.
Ethan, I have to call BS on you this time.
Why?
I reacted to your video when you did it, when you were not a fan of her character because she's beating up the Mando.
Oh, I hated that part. Yeah.
Yes. And then all of a sudden you become a super fan later on.
Found out she was conservative.
What changed? Yes, that's exactly. Yes.
I like her now.
Yes, exactly.
What's wrong with that?
She's your milkshake girl.
Hey, he's honest. I like that.
I mean, before I was like, what is this? Is this a lesbian? Turns out, no, not a lesbian. She's pregnant. Oh, good.
That goes to the other show.
And she's a conservative. Yeah. And I was like, oh, awesome. So I like Gina Carano.
Oh, I think she's great. I just,
I'm not saying that I don't like her. Just,
Oh my, this is funny. Should we watch John and Dave? That's gonna be. Aren't you gonna be happy?
No, put the Kathleen again. Let's rewatch it. That was
let's
great.
make Star Wars male again. Bringing Kathy. Forget Kathy. Let's bring on Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Right? Make Star Wars male again.
I haven't seen their interview.
Yeah, this is from IGN. This is great stuff here. 18 minutes.
And now listen, Brie Larson worldwide. I like Brie Larson. I liked her in The Room. I just didn't like her behavior during Captain Marvel, and I didn't like her scowling and the whole women shouldn't smile. Now I like her again.
Yeah.
I never said she was not a good actress. She is a good actress, obviously.
Yeah, Room.
The Room. Remember that?
No,
what are you doing, Callie?
Was it Room?
Yeah, no, the Room is the Tommy Wiseau one.
Oh, I see.
Okay. All right. Let's see what Dave and John have to say. Dave is getting. Are you happy for him? I thought everything was going female. I thought the Force was going female. How did Dave Filoni get a feature film when the Force is all female? Ethan,
wait till you hear his lisp.
It's in the movie.
Oh, come on.
What? What did I say?
Dude's wearing a cowboy hat, ready to rock.
I know, dude.
Yeah, he's one of you.
Back Mountain style.
No,
Based.
He did speak at a women's conference.
So?
Based.
I would too. I'll go. I think Ethan should try that.
Why is everybody mad at me in here? I'm just telling you how it is.
Funny.
Put
him on. I want to hear this paragon of masculinity.
Yes,
put this alpha male on right now.
He is absolutely these are
surrounded by
male.
women. Let's see the effect. And look at Jon Favreau sitting there like I can't wait to get home to my friend Vincent Vaughn, who's a Republican, respected, actual man.
Yeah.
I got to get away from these betas and these weirdos.
He's going home to Vincent Vaughn.
John Favreau is
going
only
home
an
to him.
alpha because of his association with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, no. They both are. They're both
They
alphas
live
together.
together. They live together. They're swingers. They live together.
Oh,
got
yes,
it
they
made.
are swingers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
I am
movie.
I am a brainiac. Yes. Maybe you drank the clickbait on Brie Larson. Yeah, Brie Larson worldwide. Here,
How long ago was
Ethan.
that? That was like 8 years ago.
She's not that fat.
There's only one woman in this room, Ethan, surrounded by women. One woman.
All right, I know, but like at work, he's surrounded by women. All right, let's hear him.
All right. The future of Star Wars. Look at these alpha dogs.
Yeah.
We are here at Star Wars Celebration. We just got out of the Lucasfilm studio panel where so much was announced, and I'm here with two men who are very important to Star Wars,
Favreau
Dave
can barely
Filoni
look
and
at
Jon
him.
Favreau. Welcome, guys.
Nice Ahsoka shirt, Filoni.
What? Yes, it is. She's a great character. What do you have from? Listen, Nick Echo Base.
Ahsoka should have been dead. That's all I'm saying.
Even Jeremy loves Ahsoka. Ahsoka's a great.
Okay.
female
A lot of
character.
people like Ahsoka.
This isn't Rey. I know people have criticism with Rey. I like Rey still, but he created the character.
Yeah, Nick, you know very well that he has a special association with Ahsoka because he created
her.
Who was Ahsoka? Ahsoka? What is this?
That was his created character. George killed her off, said she's dead, and then when Disney bought it, Dave was like,
Oh my
no,
God, Nick!
she's
Are
not
you
dead."
saying they brought a Star Wars character back from the dead?
I'm
That's
just
never
saying,
happened
George
before.
can't have that
in my narrative
They
fiction.
only do that to females. Oh my God!
Filoni resurrected her because it was his character.
They resurrect every character.
All right.
That's not
Yeah,
male
like
or
Palpatine.
female. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have anything to do with her being female. Okay.
God, you're almost as cringe as the Indiana Jones trailer.
Me?
Yeah,
I'm
you
cringe.
heard me.
Yeah, and I want to address the big news of the day for you, Dave. You're directing a movie. So why did you?
Evidently.
Yeah, apparently. Why did you decide it was time to take on a feature?
I think the story just escalated to the point where John and I were talking about it, and we've had a plan for
You see
a
what I'm
while.
saying?
And,
God damn it! I kind of realized he does kind of.
Damn you, Ethan! I can't not hear that lisp. now.
I know.
Okay.
Damn it! Damn you! Damn you, Ethan!
Who cares?
I never noticed that before. I don't care either.
Man's a
but-
genius.
Yeah, he is a genius.
He's a genius.
You know,
He's a genius.
Yes.
I think that I've learned so much, and it's something that I'm very eager to try. I've really enjoyed working in live action, and teamed up with John and Kathy. It's such a
John,
great
a
place
quick
hone
take
your
to the
skills.
camera there. Teamed
And
up
it
with
just
John. He's
seems
like, not in
the
that
next
way.
logical step. The story.
John
also,
is
I think,
visibly uncomfortable.
like I said,
Oh,
grown
he's
to a
pretty close. They're pretty close. They're fine. They're fine.
Yeah, he looks
point
real comfy.
that we want to expand a bit
He's shaking
and
his.
do a
He's
little
not
bit
his
of a
head.
bigger thing than we've been doing on our streaming shows, and it just presents a different structure than episodic series. Making a film, so I'm looking forward to the challenge of it, and still partnered with this guy. So we're, it's going to be
partners. See,
hopefully the same brand of excitement that people are used to from what we've been making.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we actually talked to Kathy earlier, and she said, something about, this has been in the making for you for 6 or 7 years. Yeah. Is this something that you had in mind from the beginning?
I think in certain ways, yes, but it's definitely developed.
Come on, dude, with the voice. I think in some ways, yes. Some certain ways, yes. This is a man who's been around and had to kowtow to women for a paycheck for too long, and look what it's done to him.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Look at his mannerisms and the way he's like, yes, I've got to be careful what I say.
Max, this is
absolutely
what he
ridiculous.
thinks about when he
This
thinks
is
of Star Wars.
absolutely ridiculous behavior.
You cannot have
It
Ethan
is
on here when we're
ridiculous.
discussing Star
This
Wars because
dude
he's going
is
to see
wearing
gay and
the
everything.
the
He's gonna
blazer
see
and
it
a
in
cowboy
everything.
hat, and you can't call
It's
this
Hollywood, little movie perp. Yes.
the original cowboy man.
He's talking about Star Wars, and that's what
Oh
you're
my
thinking about.
God.
You're thinking about his voice, and you can't get it out, and that's all you're thinking
I
about.
can't. I'm sorry, but it leaks into
It's weird.
everything he's gonna do.
You're weird.
I gotta
You're a
just.
weirdo.
I mean,
You're a
listen. I
weirdo.
gotta examine what he's doing and his behavior
Star-
and say This
What
guy
is he doing?
doing
He's talking
Star
about
Wars.
Star Wars. That's all he's
Oh,
doing.
come on now. Don't
You're a
act like my
weirdo. Look what you're
observations
doing.
are weird.
You
This
came
is
in here and you
perfectly
said that
normal.
Star Wars, you're making them up,
Everybody
man.
who
That's all
listens
you
to
talk
this is
about,
freaked out
Ethan.
by it.
When it
I
comes to
mention
Star
it
Wars,
once
that's
and
all you
everybody
talk
goes
about.
ballistic
That's
and
your
goes, holy
boycott.
shit, I can't
Ethan-
unhear it
Ethan's
anymore.
idea of a boycott is seeing
serious.
gay in Star Wars. That's his boycott.
Jesus
That's a boycott.
Christ, dude.
Brian
He's
says
not
he's just
being
trying to trigger you.
serious.
He's trying to trigger you.
He's just trying to trigger you, dude.
It's comedy.
All right, let's-
Damn. And it's working.
It should be funny though. It works for me.
All right.
All right.
Funny to me.
You just broke the
I
joke,
mean, but
Brian.
it would be funny if
Sorry.
but that's all he's got. He's been from the very beginning about Star Wars is gay. Star Wars is gay.
Star
Now,
Wars
look
is
at-
gay.
hear
I
this guy's
didn't.
voice.
I only started saying that
Like,
just
Jesus
now.
No,
It's
before,
just.
you
It's been
came
the.
in here. You said that they're gonna have lesbians and they're gonna put them in Star Wars. And all
That's
that. You
right.
didn't
I
say
said
that
no
earlier?
more lesbians.
So, did you not
Everything's going to
just
be
do-
chock
so that's
full
how
of
you came in,
lesbians.
right?
And
So
oh
what do you
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So when you just said,
And
I'm
all
just
I
gonna
said
talking
to
about
you
that now, what were you
was,
talking about?
and
I'm
all
trying
I
to keep
said
you
to you
focused,
was,
Ethan. Hey,
all I
Ethan,
said to you
keep it
was,
focused.
Fantastic
Keep it
Four the
focused.
movie is going to be
So
chock
when you
full of
said, I just started
homosexuality and
talking
people
about
of
Star Wars
color,
now, that
race
was a
swaps.
lie, right?
And
That
then
was
you
a
were
lie,
just
right,
like, when
Star-
was the last
right,
time they
Ethan?
did that? And I said, oh, the other Fantastic
Ethan,
Four
I'm
movie,
keeping
which
you focused,
bombed.
Ethan. Are you just gonna filibuster? Because I'm trying to keep you focused.
I'm.
When you said
okay, go ahead.
I just started talking about Star Wars now. That was a lie, right?
Boy, are you triggered.
Because you came in.
You are.
right?
You are
I am.
off your meds, dude.
Because you lied.
Oh, don't say
When
that.
Ethan lies, that triggers me. I'm not gonna-
Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
all right.
When
I
you lie,
feel
that
like
triggers
What
me.
difference does it
You
make,
know,
though?
you got
Like,
my weak spot, Ethan.
What does
You
his
got it.
opinion of Star Wars have to do with your day, though? Like,
It's
how is
just
this
nothing.
really?
When
did I say this is anything?
This is entertainment, Brian. I
Well,
know.
no,
what-
I'm
I
just,
know
I'm
what
just
you're-
trying to figure this out. Like,
Well, I'm trying to figure out why everything that has to do with Star Wars has to involve like they're doing this to be gay, lesbians are being
'Cause he
added.
doesn't
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. That's my
Well, where do
entire
you see
question.
that?
Little
Where do
movie
you see
part.
that?
I believe
Where do
that's
you
Everywhere.
see
the
that,
question
Ethan?
he's trying to get down to the root of as well.
Well,
Thank
where
you.
does he see that? Can you give some examples of that
I
happening?
just did, and it pissed
Where?
you off.
Where?
Look
The
at
end of
you.
Rise of
Where?
Skywalker, Jack.
Where? What are you talking about?
I'm sitting here going, look at this man surrounded by women, and so he's become super effeminate. And you're like, what?
You're just
When
making fun of-
everybody
you're
who's
saying the
looking
same thing
at
about
it
his
can
voice.
see
He has a
it.
gay voice. Yeah, we get it. Good joke, bro. Move on.
It's not a joke. It's just a matter of fact. And I'm
What do you mean
pointing
it's a
out
matter
this
of
is what
fact?
happens when
He's talking about
cowboy
Star Wars,
men
and you won't shut up
have
about
to
it.
spend time and have to kowtow to women executives. They become like that. And now you're
What do you
triggered and
mean?
getting all upset. What? What for? And you know I'm right. It's clear. It's right there. Look at Jon Favreau. He's like, it ain't happening to me, dude, because I'm bigger
Yeah,
than
sure, that's
Kathleen
what's
Kennedy.
happening.
This guy is not bigger than Kathleen Kennedy. He's dependent on her and the women he's
Yeah,
surrounded by.
Because she's the producer. Good job, Sherlock.
That's correct. And
He's
so
not
he's
bigger.
got to
He's
act
not
like
bigger.
this.
Okay. So look at how
And you
come-
got Pablo
you come
Hidalgo.
up
Where
with
did
this
his balls
narrative.
go? They
Look at
went
how
in
you come up with
Kathleen
this
Kennedy's
fucking
purse.
narrative of like, look at this guy. He's under the kowtow. This like, dude, they're just working together. She's a producer. This is what happened with Spielberg. This is what happened when she worked with George.
No,
Lucas.
Spielberg is epic. He owned
Yeah.
that pussy.
Yeah.
He did. He like
Oh,
that was
God.
probably he probably grabbed that by the pussy.
even
He
talking
probably
about?
did.
Oh God!
Sure did.
Wow, you're off. You're out. You're off. You're
Schindler's
having fun tonight. He is having. You know exactly what's going on when he said that one. That quote. Where'd that quote come from, Ethan?
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
just
even know.
it popped into my head.
Trump
Okay.
2024.
You better
Oh,
believe
God.
Yeah, sure.
Oh God. Hey, I'm not. I don't have to range with this or
it. Can we
whatever.
just be friends? And can we
I
just
am
stop
friends.
little movie
I'm
part? Can we
trying.
just stop fighting over bullshit and just agree with me and let's move on?
Please play the
Find Jesus, Ethan.
Find.
I already did. It's Easter.
No, you got to find him again. I'm telling you.
In his
twice.
holy
It's
name.
better the
Amen.
second time. I'm telling
He
you.
is risen on Sunday, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, let's get back to
The story would
the
culminate.
saviors of Star Wars here.
You know, we have
For
we
real,
have
though.
little culminations that come with each season. You have characters and things that thread in and out, but eventually now, especially with multiple seasons, multiple series happening in the same time frame, and you're dealing with characters, especially on Ahsoka, where
This guy is
Mandalorian, you're
monstrously
seeing it kind of from
talented. The
ground
only
level
one there who
perspective.
deserves
If you're
his
catching
job.
glimpses of characters or things. that are
Filoni's
happening in the
very
galaxy,
talented.
you're kind of seeing it through the eyes of somebody
I
who
think.
doesn't really have a lot of context.
I followed his whole career
In the
before.
case of
before Star Wars.
Ahsoka's a character
He
that's
doesn't
been,
have the
around,
gravitas that Jon
long before
Favreau
her
has.
appearance on The
He just
Mandalorian.
doesn't.
And
Nope.
and also as we're dealing with Bo-Katan,
He also
the
wasn't in the
characters that
Replacements.
there's a lot of political implications to what's
It's a great
happening
movie.
in the meta narrative in Star Wars, and those characters and these storylines start to demand that you're starting to deal with larger forces and bigger trends within that time period. So at a certain point, the rubber's going to hit the road in many ways, and the fact that now audiences will accept a permeability between media, which I think has been, as you see with the Star Wars films and with the Marvel films, like there's a lot of audiences are very sophisticated now, and if they're invested in the characters and the stories, you can tell types of stories in one medium that you can't with the other. There are certain limitations you have with cinema because we're
Like
very,
what?
We have a lot of
What's that?
No, I'm interested in what he's saying. The guy knows what he's talking. None of these other balloon heads have any idea what they're talking about. Favreau does. He says there's certain limitations in cinema. I'm like, well, like what?
Oh, okay.
And they're just like letting him talk, and nobody's asking him the interesting follow-up questions.
I would enjoy you interviewing him. Yeah, that would be great.
I would know what to. I think so. I think I'd be pretty good at interviewing him.
Yeah.
I want to know what he means.
Yeah.
narrative structure to deal with the amount of minutes that we do each season and then multiple seasons. But with a movie, it has to.
It's
you have to
shorter.
make sure that it all kind of
That's
comes
right.
to a head and resolves in that 2 hour, hour and a half period.
Yeah, so we've talked about Mandalorian and Ahsoka, and how all these shows kind of intersect. And you did mention that this will take place during the Mandalorian timeline. So could this be kind of considered almost like a Mandalorian finale, the movie?
I don't know if I'd call it that as such. I think of the time period now as the New Republic time period, and it's something that has existed long before we were ever making the Mandalorian. The idea that after Return of the Jedi, there was a New Republic, and that the heroes still had to defend that republic from the remnant empire is a very old idea that
But they're disassembling their whole fleet.
The season of Mandalorian because it's what was always there. So as we've gone along, I keep a very large diagram whiteboard timeline of all the things, and as we build story, I show John, I'm like, if we do this, it's almost like a crime scene. We could lead to this, and then that could mean we could do this. And he said, well, what about this? I'm like, yes, well, let's put that up there. And so a lot of times I have them posted so we can move them and keep it movable. Because
we have to keep checking in between our shows too, as I'm watching and we're looking at scripts. Sometimes it's not as obvious in the script until you start to see it, and then things.
Favreau is saying we're working apart.
You're done.
That's what he just said. He said this asshole's doing his own thing. I'm doing mine, and I have to check and make sure that we're on the same page. But understand, my shit is my shit. His shit is his. That's what he just very subtly said there. It was great.
Well, I have to see what Favreau's up to, because I know Filoni's working on Ahsoka and working on, but I have to see what is he just working on Mando season 3?
I don't know. I hope he's working on everything.
He's already got season 4 written.
Oh, okay. All right, good. I like season 3 except for this last episode.
Is it all out? Is season 3 done?
No, there's like
two episodes left.
No, this last episode was kind of
Star Wars.
It was the
Oh, you didn't like Lizzo?
I don't dislike Lizzo, but I didn't like her. No.
I wonder why. I wonder why you didn't like her in that.
It's
Little movie perp. Any theories?
I haven't watched the episode.
Oh.
It wasn't a
What
good
do you think,
episode. It was average.
Yeah.
Jack Black too. I usually like Jack Black. It was just a little over the top. There's a lot of droid stuff in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of cringe stuff.
Because you always
Jack
have
Black
insights
over the
that
top?
the
What are you
story
talking
tells
about,
you.
dude?
And so as we're laying the stuff out, because then we have what exists in canon, and we also have stuff we love to pull in from extended universe legends. There are certain stories and characters that people have connected very, very much with over the years that might not officially be part of what is
Jackson the
considered
Rabbit.
official Star Wars, but
I heard about that.
But because it's so much a part of the Star Wars community, and as Dave did with Clone Wars, bringing those elements in, and because they already feel like they're running parallel to it, and if you could bring it in a way that's elegant and can incorporate everything, and again, trying to bring together Star Wars as much as we can, and make it all align in a way that feels satisfying and decisive.
And kind of on that note of like bringing all together these characters,
He deserves the keys.
He
to
should
the
be he should have Kathleen Kennedy's job, and I hope he does soon. I'm not saying Kathleen Kennedy has to go right now, but when she does, you're looking at her replacement, and I hope he's somebody who wants that kind of a job.
I got a question for you, Ethan.
Yeah.
Do you think he would be better in the role of a studio head versus being in the role of a creator?
Well, I think, the best studio heads are creators. They are creative people, I mean, look, when they gave Joe Quesada over at Marvel the keys to Marvel Comics as editor-in-chief, Marvel really experienced a creative boom period. It was snuffed out by some poor choices at the end. But, Kevin Smith, Joe Quesada on Daredevil, Grant Morrison, me, Frank Whiteley on New X-Men. Really, everything over there was doing much, much better because he's a naturally creative person who's making editorial decisions as well. So I would say, this guy who's talking about, look, everything has to flow together, tie together, feel natural, feel unified. That's the kind of vision that you want at the, in the commander's seat there.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people say the same thing, like they want Favreau to have Kennedy's job, but then on the other hand, they want him to stay as a creative, actually creating.
He can do both.
Content. Yeah,
he could absolutely. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy is not a creative person.
No,
she's just not. I think she inherited the job because she was a friend of Lucas and Spielberg.
Yeah,
she's not a creative person, and I think Star Wars as a whole would really benefit from somebody who is saying the kinds of things that Favreau is saying. You think the sequel trilogy would have been such garbage, such loose, sloppy, if this guy was actually behind it, making sure everything working with other creators. Clearly, he's wrangled Cowboy Dave. He's got him in line. This is this is the guy.
He's the one that brought Luke back and gave us the Luke that we wanted.
I do think he should get a lot of credit for the positive direction that Star Wars has gone recently, even though people are back to bashing it again. I think Favreau has a lot to do with it. Oh wow, Rey's even pimping your channel, Ethan. Look at that.
Somebody's asking for it. That's all. Somebody wants to know the name of my channel. Thanks for helping him out. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Rey is awesome. Thanks, Rey. All right, let's see what else the Cowboy Man and Favreau have to say.
Characters from all these different media. In the Mandalorian clip that we saw in the panel, there was a mention of Thrawn. Yes. We know is going to be very important to Ahsoka. So can we expect Mandalorian season 3 to basically lead right into Ahsoka season 1?
Yeah, Dave. Is that what we could expect?
No, I would say no, but I don't think so.
It's nowhere near done.
That way, I think that as much as these shows are tangential to one another and in the same time period, I think it's important that you can watch them of their own. But they build if you know. So in the same way that if you've seen the episode The Jedi and Mandalorian, then Ahsoka's going to you're going to get a little bonus like, oh, I understand what's going on from the get-go. But you're still going to understand what's going on because we picked up A New Hope at episode 4, right? So Star Wars, to us, we came in the middle of it. So there is a kind of history in Star Wars is just diving right into the story. Yeah. So I really do dive right into the story with Ahsoka, but I know more about it because of the work of Mandalorian. And it's the same as Skeleton Crew. We never want to create a situation where you feel like you have to have seen these things because then you're missing out. Like, I don't know how fans feel, but like, do you have to have seen Clone Wars to understand Ahsoka? No, you don't have to have seen that. Does it help when you know more and understand more? Sure. But it's not, if you haven't checked out, but you can, thanks to Disney Plus, it's right there.
Well, that's the other thing.
It's a different world now.
It's interesting how it changes, and by the way, user-generated content where they're putting up their because I know when I watch a show, sometimes especially if a show hasn't been on for a year or more, I'll watch recaps or certain YouTubers that I'll watch who will kind of walk me through it. In addition to content that's being put out by the networks.
Republican, by the way,
too.
Conservative Republican. Yeah,
I didn't know that about Favreau.
Trump supporter.
Is he really?
Yep.
Wow, I did not know that either.
Oh, don't say that. They're going to try to cancel him if you say that.
Yeah.
Why would you say? Okay, I didn't know. No idea. I don't care either, but I just care about quality content. I don't care what people's preferences are. I don't care what they believe in.
Me either.
So I think the audiences are tremendously sophisticated now, but I think what Dave's saying is important is you should be able to just drop in, watch something. If I'm there with somebody who's never watched before and they just want to watch this series, we make sure that they can get it. but I think that there's always a sense that if I knew more, I would understand the context of that. And then we also have what happened previously on the shows too, which helps kind of contextualize what you're going to see. But I think, again, there are people who've been involved with Star Wars for so many decades, and you want them to benefit in the experience. You want to acknowledge what they've done and make it that if you've put that time in, that we're going to respect that.
Yeah. And it's neat because now, hopefully if you like any one of these shows, you go, oh, this is relevant to that, and you get to enjoy more. Because I know when I was a kid, if Clone Wars existed, when I saw New Hope, I'd have gone right and watched that because Obi-Wan Kenobi talks about it. And I was like, Dad, what is this? Why are you showing me episode 4? Where's 1, 2, and 3? And he's like, there isn't 1, 2, and 3. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, Dad. And so now we live in a world where those kids can get those answers immediately.
And they come in through different, we assume everybody saw the original trilogy first, but that's not the case anymore. A lot of people watch Clone Wars first. A lot of people watch, the prequels. It depends where you grew up. It's like music. And so it all has to line up, and ideally it's working for each of those different groups of
like poetry
audience members.
Something for everyone.
Something for everybody.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned the previously on, because I've noticed those are so tailored to like the episode you're about to see, which I think is interesting. But
that's something we've inherited. I mean, I learned a lot, like Game of Thrones. It would be so because they had so many storylines,
Yeah.
And so you would kind of, you want, it also creates an expectation around it. Like you start to anticipate, oh, who is this? What is this? And then sometimes it fulfills it. Sometimes it just goes a whole completely different direction. And I love that about that show, that I never knew what to expect.
Yeah, and I kind of want to talk about more about that kind of interconnectivity. In the Book of Boba Fett, you had Din and Grogu make their big reunion in that show. So that was kind of a bold move at the time.
Oh, here we go.
Bold move.
Nick. This is what Doomcock was. This is what the Scoopers are saying. This is what he didn't want to do. This is Ethan. The Scoopers have been saying consistently that Favreau clashed with Kathy, and that he didn't want to bring back Grogu.
Why would he? Yeah, I believe that's probably true. He completed the story with Grogu.
I think it doesn't even have to do. I don't even think blame Kathy. I think blame the
blame Disney.
Yeah,
100%. It's about the toys. It's about the merch, right?
Yeah, I mean, people just having no faith in them to carry on the story and maybe create something new. Grogu's working. It's working. We can't have him off the show. That's going to kill the show. But I mean, that's got to be just super frustrating to somebody like Favreau, who's like, I came up with Grogu. Let me do something new now with season 3 going forward. And that, believe it, that's going to, if anything kills the show, it's going to be Grogu still being in the show.
He hasn't even done anything this season except for help that one lady cheat at space beer pong.
He jumps.
Grogu merch is the way.
I like Grogu. I really do. But like, they finished the story. You know, so they should have just left it.
I will say, I can be critical of Star Wars, even though I really love Mandalorian season 3, except for a few episodes. The Grogu stuff is like really kind of odd sometimes. They're like passing him around like a football. It seems like they didn't have a lot of forethought into having him in some of these scenes. He's just there. And then, even though I love Bo-Katan, but I will give credit to some of my friends here, it does very much so seem like a bait and switch, and it's becoming the Bo-Katan show instead of the Din Djarin show. So even though go ahead, Voltaire.
But look at what he just said. We don't want anyone to have watched any of the other series to understand this. If you hadn't watched Boba Fett, wouldn't you be like on this season of The Mandalorian? What the hell is Grogu doing there?
Yes, exactly.
There's been people that have not seen Book of Boba Fett that started the season. Was like, what is going on? Did I miss something? Like, why is he back?
Yeah, I understand there was a whole episode in Book of Boba Fett that was like a Mandalorian episode.
Two episodes.
It was Mandalorian 2.5.
Boba Fett wasn't even in it
before season 3. Yeah.
How did they fuck up Boba Fett? I really don't understand. Like,
so bad.
I liked it.
Oh no, I mean they made him they tried like, oh, I'm a reformed. No, dude, he's a villain. There's okay, like villainous characters are great. The guy's a villain. The story was already set up there for him to just sort of take over in Jabba the Hutt's place and actually rule with an iron fist and be a badass and be a shithead.
It's a good concept.
it's The
Now
Sopranos.
he's a
It would have been
benevolent
great,
man.
and I don't understand why Disney couldn't follow through with that. I don't.
Well, let's see how he responds to this, because this is pretty much him answering. And I'm sure Nick might use this too, if now that you know it exists. This is kind of him addressing that. All right.
Do you think, in hindsight, do you think that's something you might do more of?
I think it was a very particular set of circumstances there
Yeah.
where we were not on the air for 2 years.
Mm.
And that amount of time we wanted that amount of time to pass in the show, basically, give or take. And you also had the central dynamic of the show with those two characters, and that either of them alone were not going to be fulfilled.
Mhm.
And so we got to play that out as a chapter in that book. And then we're able to come back into a dynamic where they could be rejoined together, which would allow for the storytelling. I don't know how I would have been able to tell stories without those characters, having separate storylines for the two of them over a long time, showing both of them were not flourishing, that they were both in this
This is all cope.
You think he's kind of doing?
Yeah, he's justifying what he creatively was forced to do here. I don't know how I would be able to tell stories. Well, then why did you tell the story the way that you did originally? Clearly, you had an idea, and you
does
were.
it make sense?
Okay, I could kind of see, that he's just dealing with where he was told to go.
What's he gonna say? They forced me to put Grogu back in.
He's being a professional. Yeah,
right.
Kathleen Kennedy beat him up.
Put Grogu back in. Hasbro wants more Grogu.
Just more powerful.
Mattel wants more Grogu. I know, because
Little movie poop. Little movie poop.
Little movie poop.
Little movie
Little
poop.
movie poop.
We're right. You know we're right about this.
Yeah, go with it.
I mean,
No, she beat him up. You know why? You know, she walked into that office and said, "Hey, you
No,
thought
that's
you were
not
going
what
with
we're
Grogu.
saying. Stop gaslighting. You know that, like, Disney said to him,
"No, you're
sorry,
And you know she grabbed him by
Grogu's
the
got to
hair,
come back.
stuffed him.
It would.
stuffed
You know
his
what?
face on that
See
desk
this
and said, "You're not
bullshit?
done with Grogu."
It was
And you know
probably
he tried
going to
to fight
be
back.
the Dinjarin and Cara Dune show, and then they got rid of Cara, and we got to bring Grogu back. That Cara Dune void.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Absolutely.
And you know she beat him up to get what she wanted.
You don't have to say things like that. It's ridiculous.
It was gonna potentially the Dinjarin
hiding
and
from the
Cara Dune. I think that's why they're trying to bring back that one droid. They're trying to bring that back because Cara Dune.
What, L337? What?
No,
They're
that's
not
from
bringing
Solo.
back IG-88 or whatever.
IG-88.
Oh, they're bringing back the IG-88.
Yeah, they're
robot
going
guy?
out of their way to do that.
Wow, he was great.
Yeah, Taika Waititi. That's not getting his. He's not getting his movie. They didn't say that. Did I miss that one? They haven't said it. No, I'm not saying so. I understand.
They never officially announced anything. It was all just scoops
for
and rumors anyway.
No, Taika Waititi's they did.
Wasn't that a fucking scoop though?
No,
I remember
Taika
we
Waititi's they
reported
did.
a rumor.
Are you sure, Max?
Yeah, they announced it
It
through
wasn't
the
a
trade. Kathy.
Geekosity article.
No,
Max, are you
No.
sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It was
Although
the
those were
direct.
Interesting
Okay.
to watch the two of them alone. You definitely got the sense that they weren't doing as well as they could have been. That they were not. That this was not their destiny.
He's coping here.
And
You think, Ethan?
He's
Yes.
shook.
allowed
He's
us to
scared.
allow a lot
He's
of that time
scared.
to pass
He's
off camera.
terrified.
He's
But
saying
also
this
level up,
is
change them
creatively
both,
where I've
but especially
decided
change
to make
Grogu,
this compromise.
where now you've had time spent,
But it makes
training
sense.
Yeah.
with Luke Skywalker, and how that
beat
will
up.
affect the way that character can be. The relationship will develop in that parent-child, that de facto parent-child dynamic. It offered a lot of opportunity to not just keep repeating the same stories,
Mhm.
and then also as things evolved in the galaxy around
Things have
them.
evolved.
So it wasn't just the same adventure over and over again, but again, getting to plug into larger narratives that do connect with
Mhm.
other shows as well.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think you've been involved with Star Wars for a long time, but I think these past 3 to 4 years with the implementation of Disney Plus, I mean that was kind of the beginning of a new era for Star Wars, I would say. So what's the most important thing you both have learned from those past 3 to 4 years?
Well, I mean, for me, there's creatively, I think, managing the story and all these different characters, which I've been doing in Clone Wars, but it's just a little different in live action. It's also, behind the scenes, writing a story for this medium is different. Working with the performance is different. So on a personal level, it's been, exponential learning every time I do an episode or am helping guide other episodes, working with the other episode directors. I mean, again, the position I'm in, I get to watch so many incredible creatives work behind the camera.
Mhm.
And I came into it really, our freshman class of directors, which were so great. And for many years now, I've worked alongside Rick and Bryce.
Mhm.
And, Deb went off and did Obi-Wan, but I still stay in touch with her. And so I think that there's
Yeah,
been.
you missed Obi-Wan, Ethan. You stopped
What?
before Obi-Wan. Don't you like
Yeah, I
Obi-Wan?
didn't get to see that. No,
Oh,
I
it's
saw
really
all
good.
of
It's
Mando.
really
too.
good. Ask Nick. It's really great.
That's not what I
It
heard.
was terrible.
Terrible.
God, I will never watch another single episode of that ever again.
I was hoping they would announce season 2 tomorrow, maybe.
Ugh.
Let's go.
And I think people always look at the characters and the story, and it's true. You can see the growth there and how now there are these different series which episodically take up a larger space. But we have so many more creatives now that are getting educated and experience on working in the galaxy far, far away. And I think that speaks very well to the future of everything we're doing. And you kind of see an outcome of that today where, look at the creative lineup we have, not just the stories they're telling, but like Leslie and then
Yeah.
I've talked with her.
I've
and
heard Leslie
her love of Star
Headland
Wars, which is so
like so many
exciting.
times this
It's so
today.
exciting to see people coming into this. So as it's evolved and changed, I think there's a confidence growing because people are getting to come in and do an episode,
Mhm.
one episode, and try an episode, right?
Yeah.
For me, doing an episode was infinitely easier to kind of absorb and understand than if I had to start doing a movie.
Mhm.
In a lot of ways, I would think years ago, I was trying to crack, so how do I take Ahsoka in live action? And it was going to be a movie.
Mhm.
Because pretty much the only outlet for live action would have been cinematic.
Right.
But as streaming became available, you start to think, okay, so let me think of this episodically, which for me made a lot more sense because I've been doing nothing but episodic for years.
Mhm.
We're almost at the end.
And, Mandalorian kind of opened this door to
Hoping
say
for a nugget
live
like
action
the-
episodic Star Wars television, which when I was a kid, I
Like
would have killed
Lando.
for that. I mean, I'd watch that every week. So
And
it's
there's
really
room-
fulfilling
there's-
something we like.
There's so much more room to experiment too with new filmmakers because Dave
Mhm.
had never done live
Yeah.
action before,
Never.
and look at the learning curve so quickly from having that collaborative environment, doing a few episodes here, also writing, me learning to write from him for Star
Oh,
Wars,
wow.
and then you could try something different for an episode because if it fits within the context of the whole season, that's where you start to feel where you can go, and if there's an instinct or if another filmmaker comes in, Peyton Reed coming in for the finale of season 2,
Mhm.
and the excitement that he had that he was going to get to tell this part of the story,
Mhm.
or Robert Rodriguez bringing his energy and his brand of action and fun and excitement around the reintroduction of the character.
Could only
Boba Fett
happen
in the
with
show and the
Favreau. He
series.
brought him in.
And
No, I do. I will give this point, Ethan. Favreau did what Kathy couldn't. He actually brought in diverse directors, a lot of representation for all the seasons of Mandalorian. Everything he brought in the first female director, not Kathy. I mean, Kathy had something to do with it too, but it's only when Mandalorian started. And when you saw the behind the scenes, the round table of the season 1 of Mandalorian, he's talking to all the directors and she's just sitting there. I'm not saying she has nothing to do with it, but he actually
Good.
accomplished this stuff.
Yeah, we need more women in Star Wars. I agree.
I do, yeah.
Force is female.
Mm-hmm.
The Force is
Sure
Rey.
is.
The Force is Rey.
It should just be all women. No men at all.
You shouldn't be forcing
Just
females
all
to do
women.
anything, okay? Calm down.
All right.
One brings something different, and we're lucky that not only do we get to see it here at Star Wars Celebration, looking at a trailer for like Acolyte, for other hearing about other shows that are coming together, like that's Andor. It's super exciting, but then also to be part of that collaborative group within this.
He's so nice, man. What a great guy.
Time period where we have all these filmmakers and different storytellers and writers and actors.
He's a good cook too.
He's so much better than all of them.
Dave's
And he's
saying
humble.
something that's very true. And somebody who comes.
I
from
think
movies
Iger got
also
him in there
is
when they were struggling.
Here's what we're making.
Iger's like,
here's how we're going to do
Johnny
it. Here's
Fav's
when it's
in
done
here.
by. Here's
Yeah.
what our budget is, and sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, but everything's on all your chips are on one number.
Yeah.
With TV, you get to collaborate You could take chances on different tones. You could take different chances on people who might be less experienced, but could also bring a lot to it. And so we've worked with a lot of people like yourself and Peter Ramsey come from animation who've completely enriched the way we approach storytelling because they come in with a very visual front-loaded sense of
Ethan.
how you're going to approach a story.
I like the Ahsoka shirt.
Then you deal with somebody like
Rick, Cowboy Dave's Ahsoka
Lee
shirt.
Chung,
Yeah.
come more of the
Ahsoka's-
independent. We start off in lower budget.
Can I be real with you?
Sure.
Ahsoka, Luke Skywalker has been my favorite Star Wars character since I was little. Ahsoka has a chance to surpass that for me. I love Ahsoka. This trailer. I love Rosario Dawson. She's great.
I met Rosario Dawson back in maybe 10, 15 years ago at a convention. Nice girl.
Yeah, she's awesome, man. And seeing her in this trailer, I was like, man, it's up there. Oh boy, I can't wait to see that series. I'm so hyped.
Films where you're coming at it more from what are you shooting and how do you put it together. You don't have that kind of planning. But you start to bring everybody together, and now we start to share the best of each. And
see these Trumpian hand gestures,
and then the technology.
That's where you get it. These Trumpian hand gestures.
Yeah,
Favreau probably grabs him by the pussy too.
Oh God,
of course he does.
He's a man's man.
That we, of course, from ILM, but also the stuff that I've been working on before then with Jungle Book and Lion King. And now all of a sudden you got a whole ecosystem around it.
You got a whole ecosystem,
and developing techniques, and you're all checking on each other's stories and how it's being done.
would
And
ever say
ultimately,
that
you
word
have people like Dave
ecosystem.
or Doug Chang, who've been around for a long time with Star Wars, who you can go to and say, "This seems fun. Does this feel right?" And it could be like, I'd stay away from that because that people are going to think that with that. They're going to connect with that. But you might want to look at this, whether
or
it's
we're doing something like that over there.
No, this is
now we have certain things you got to make sure
you wouldn't be able to handle them.
Protect.
I haven't had a single drink today.
So that everybody feels that they have their
I'm on
room
YouTube.
to do their thing.
That's what you do.
And Dave's been really great about not stifling, but to say, "Hey, I see what you're doing. I don't know if that's how you do it, but
You know what? Since Nick and Ethan are
Bigly.
here,
This is Bigly Star Wars.
Can we do an exclusive with you, Ethan?
What about?
You've checked out of Disney Star Wars a little bit.
Sure.
And you didn't see the Ahsoka trailer yet.
No.
Would you be willing to react to the Ahsoka trailer? It doesn't mean you have to go see it.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, who left? Brian left? Oh no. All right. So after this, let's watch the Ahsoka trailer so you can get blown away by Disney Star Wars. And then you could start to respect this cowboy hat guy with a lisp, when you see what he's been up to.
Right.
Ethan. I think this is going to bring you back, Ethan. It's going to change your world. It's that good. All right. Because this is almost over.
Have you ever or point you in a direction of other areas to look at? Or I remember it's about ships too. I remember a ship from a video game or from like a role play. It'll be like there's something from there, and that's a pretty cool one, and also what the relationship of the fans are with the stuff from all of those extended universe materials, and to the point that we had the Hasbro Stormtrooper transport at the end of season 1.
I know.
That was a toy.
The troop transport.
The troop transport. It was never
great toy.
It was a great toy that was
sounds.
never something from the film, but it was just made.
It was in my mind.
Yeah.
And we made it. We brought it in, and those are the fun things we like to do, and we can do. And a lot of it's because it's a streaming show. We could try things.
All right, that's it. Now we get the exclusive. Ethan's gonna react to Disney Star Wars Celebration 2023. Ahsoka. Honest thoughts. Don't pull any punches. Don't pull any punches. All right, let me bring this up here. I'll put you at the top spot.
Should I start crying, or like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, if it makes you cry, cry. Tell us I want you to give a review. Give it a 10 out of 10. A review of this trailer. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Something's coming. Something dark.
Something dark is coming.
A black penis?
I sense it.
We have to pause it every once in a while. Be transformative. That's the rules. Red Lucasfilm.
No, you're not allowed to just play the trailer and.
Oh,
we played it. We didn't get copyright.
Oh, okay.
This is
They're,
how you begin.
they're easing up.
Look
Oh,
at
look at
that.
that.
Look at
For
this.
some, war.
Oh no, not her.
Wait, what's wrong with her? Elizabeth? Yeah. She's very political online or something?
Probably.
Yeah. Elizabeth, what's her name?
I don't know the
Not
actor,
her tweets.
Not her
the character-
tweets.
The character.
That's what you thought of when you saw her as an alien? Okay.
I don't know who that is. I was talking about the character.
Oh, the character.
Yeah, so far it's all ladies. Ladies night.
You're not wrong.
That's
You're
the
not-
whole trailer, pretty much.
Hell yeah. Pretty based,
Bring 'em-
huh?
bring on
Except for the
ladies.
one bad guy
Pretty
white
awesome.
male.
Pretty
Yeah,
awesome,
they're
huh?
They
Except
look
for the
like
one
male
white
robots. Yeah.
man.
The male robots are villains. Okay. Chopper. Chopper. I don't know what Chopper is.
Look at that.
Look, yeah. No,
That
there is actually yeah,
ass.
it's the villain. It's a male character that's a villain. You're right.
Oh.
Oh, look.
It's been a while. Things have changed. I started hearing whispers.
Mon Mothma. Look. Ooh, you know who that is, Ethan? Thrawn.
Well, I think that's Thrawn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're bringing Thrawn. The visuals are amazing.
that's great.
Yeah.
About Thrawn's return
Good score.
as heir to the Empire.
Heir to the Empire. Uh-oh. Look at this.
We have to prepare for the worst.
Old white man. Kill him.
Old white man. The patriarchy. She's
Right there, he's saying, "You will not retcon the sequel trilogy," and then he starts fighting her because they are in the world between worlds right there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I didn't notice that. Yeah. I was so focused on the battle. Yeah, they are.
The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't many left.
Look at that.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
Look at that. August. Okay, Ethan, what's your honest thoughts?
I mean, it's you know, for girls, it's
for
a lot
girls?
of tiny 120-pound girls kicking ass of full-grown men and robots.
Well, they have the Force.
It's stupid.
It's
it looks
stupid?
stupid.
Awesome.
Yeah,
It's
looks
awesome,
really
finally.
stupid.
Oh wow!
That's
I
good.
thought you would like it.
No, I don't like it.
What about
Too many
any
girls.
character that interests you at all in there? Any character that interests you?
Yeah, the old Caucasian white man
Villain?
who's defending the history, the popularity of Star Wars. In my opinion, that's what he symbolizes.
Yeah, they did that with
And,
Kylo. Got some
Okay.
news.
All right. Well, can you give it a score out
Nice
of
try,
10?
Ethan.
Completely
One out
honest.
of 1 out of 10.
No, you got it. You can't be serious. 1 out of 10. I don't believe you. I think you're just trying to trigger. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10, dude. Why would anybody?
For the
Why
one white
would
guy. For the one white guy in the trailer. One.
he's the one?
The one white guy out
Yeah,
of 10.
the one white guy, that's the one.
One white guy out of 10. There was 9 female characters, 1 evil white male character.
Well,
1
we
out
don't
of
know
10.
if he's evil.
He's evil. He's battling Ahsoka in the world.
We'll see.
1 white guy out of 10. All right.
Doesn't work. I'm telling you, Stan Lee had it right. Stan Lee had it right. It is. It's a simple formula. It's called the fantastic. What is it called? Fantastic ratio. Stan Lee came up with it, and it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
There can only be 1 female for every at least 3 men. 4 is better. Now he started out with Fantastic 4, 3 males, 1 female. Okay, that worked great. And then from there he went on to
Fantastic. The
There's like a whole
Fantastic
math
Four.
to this.
This
Look
is
at
an
this.
exclusive. The Fantastic Four were fantastic
take
because
you
there was
on at
3 males to
WrestleMania
1 female. That's why they
right,
were fantastic.
fantastic ratio. Now then he went to
Fantastic
Avengers,
ratio.
Jesus Christ.
4 males,
You
1
got to draw
female.
this out. You got to draw this out.
The X-Men,
in the edit.
4 males, 1
4
female in the original team. Now Stanley, now establish it. It works. The Teenage Mutant Ninja
In the
Turtles,
60s.
4 males, 1 female. It works almost every single time. Voltron, the same thing. All of these casts. Star Wars, 4 males, 1 female. The original Star Wars. It's called the Fantastic Ratio. Look it up.
Lord of the Rings.
So you want more men?
Yeah, we should do the reverse. We should do.
You want more men? More
we
men?
should do the,
more men
the
up.
extra fantastic ratio.
I thought it's
think
like
is what they're going for.
You're as a heterosexual male. When you like to see more female, like I don't get
No,
why it's
more
always
men.
more men,
More men, more built men. Make them
No,
more.
it's just that.
But let me ask you a question. Everything they're producing is female led. Look at Mandalorian. It's Bo-Katan took the show over. There's going to be a Rey movie, and now there's going to be what you would call the Ahsoka show. Why isn't there any male lead hero?
It's Star Girls.
Andor?
Star Girls.
Andor.
It's Star Girls, not. Star
It helps
Wars.
to know that Andor's
Here's
already
the
dead.
problem, guys. When you guys lost your shit with The Last Jedi, you decided to fucking boycott the one movie starring the
I did that.
straight white male, okay, Han Solo. And ever since that shit happened, they're like, you know what? We can't have any more white men. That's what happened.
That
right?
wasn't
So
Han Solo.
It was Han. I mean,
That's what happened. You guys boycotted the wrong movie, morons.
Oh,
You're getting triggered. But again, do you really believe that because Solo did bad, that's why a female hero is the lead in all their stuff now? I mean, honestly.
Well, if it's doing well, that's what they do, isn't it?
Well, I mean, Solo,
Isn't
the
that
entire
like
purpose of
the
that
new,
movie was
right?
for the
There's a
females
popular-
in the movie to push Han Solo around and make him look like a jackass, which is what
Yeah, sure,
happened
that's
throughout the movie.
Oh, yeah.
They-
She was barely-
I
okay,
got
it.
this.
Han
Here, you
Solo
fall
was a
down and
bitch
look
in that movie.
stupid. And meanwhile,
I'm sorry,
every
they got the wrong message from it.
well,
I mean, it's an interesting theory.
I agree.
Well, okay, let's go around and give our score. I gave this a 10 out of 10. I think this is the best Star Wars trailer I've seen since the OG or the prequels. I love the prequels, by the way.
Mhm.
I'm so excited for this. I don't care. Give me all the ladies you want to give me. It's fine. I don't care. I love the ladies. I'm fine to say that. They looked like they were kicking ass. I believe that they're kicking ass. 10 out of 10. Perp, what's your score?
Dude,
And then we're gonna
it
get
is
Nick.
a 9 out of 10 for me. Needed
Out of
one
10.
more lady. Okay, there. 9 out of 10.
Nick,
Well, you
honest
can be
score.
that one more lady.
No censorship.
Woo!
No censorship. What was your
Got
score out
him.
of 10?
I'm not as harsh on it as EVS is, but I still, what I said earlier, I still think is going to hold true. I think it's like around a 4.
4. Okay. Voltaire. Honest thoughts. No censorship.
No,
Out of
I
10.
don't care. I mean, look, this is the first Star Wars project I've been pumped for in a
Okay.
long, long time. And the trailer was like at least an 8 out of 10, in my opinion.
8 out of 10. All right. All right. Well, thank you for reviewing it, Ethan. You're gonna stick with it. You're not swayed by our reviews. You're gonna stick with one male out of 10.
I'm pretty sure I'm smarter than all of you. Yes.
Ouch!
My own review.
Ouch! Oh.
I wouldn't disagree.
Hey, Nick. Oh, such disrespect. I don't know where to go from here. We watched the 2 interviews. I just had Star Wars talk today.
What did we learn from the interview? We learned Jon Favreau is the only one over there who knows his head from a hole in the ground. That guy is smart. He's a good creator, and he should be in charge of things.
Well,
when
EVS,
he's
you haven't
not.
seen this season of The Mandalorian. You might sing a different tune if you've watched it so far.
Yeah, I haven't. So to be fair, you're right. I mean, maybe but I mean, again, as we pointed out, clearly he's been monkeyed with. They made him bring back Grogu when he just was like, that's not where the story was supposed to be going.
And they fired Gina.
It's
and-
clear.
And took the Rangers of the New Republic show away from him, which was supposed to be tied into season 3. That's why it was 2 years before we got another season of Mando. So that jacked up his whole plans for his story. And he's halfway through the story. Then they screw it all up for him, and now he's got to rearrange everything and try to make the puzzle pieces fit in a different way, and it's
fair.
Season 3's suffering from it.
That's right.
I think there's
it almost makes me not want to go to Star Wars in celebration.
If they brought back Gina, you would give it another chance, though. If they did,
listen, I thought
is that the
gonna
line?
happen.
Like, no, I mean,
We're
if they, I'll bring back Gina. I'll get if you want to start a hashtag.
Yeah,
I'll
she's
go
coming
with the
back.
hashtag.
Don't worry, Ethan. She's coming back. We'll get you.
all right, let's go.
Why
Bring
would she
back
want
Gina
to?
Carano.
Yeah. Because she's. What else does she have?
Well, she's got.
She's got what?
Did you see the Prairie movie?
Go look it up in IMDb, quick. Chatters, get in
Did you
there.
see that? I didn't see that movie.
I saw it. Oh yeah. Terror on the Prairie was really good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was exclusive. You had to subscribe to Daily Wire Plus, I think it was, in order
Yeah, I
to
just
be able to
didn't
watch
pay
that
for that.
movie, and most people did. And the reviews were really good.
If I could have rented it for $5, I would have paid that for that movie.
Yeah, that's what it's worth. I mean, it's a horror movie. It's a suspense kind of revenge movie, but it's really nicely done, and it's worth watching. It's worth a watch. She was good. She was okay in it, but the rest of the cast, the bad guys, the villains, were unbelievable. Just
Well, so hang on, a muscly woman playing a prairie lady from way back then, that looked okay to you?
Seems pretty woke.
I knew I was getting. No. I mean, first of all, she wasn't. It's not like she was kick ass. She wasn't. She was terrified and not very good at firing her gun. I mean, she was. It wasn't woke at all. But I mean, that you're looking at Gina Carano, so you're looking at a physically.
She's terrified.
She's physically
In a horror
perfect,
movie.
physically perfect specimen of of a female. You take that into consideration, when you watch.
Okay.
Ethan, have you seen the one she was in, My Son Hunter?
No, I didn't.
Oh God! Did you see that day one, Nick?
I have it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay.
But I heard good things about it.
Hey, lock them all up. Lock them all up. Every one of them. All the politics.
I say bring them all back, Gina. Star Wars, bring them all back.
I think at this point they should. I don't like what. It's not going to hurt anything.
No, there's a lot of people who are against her. Not me. I'm saying, but there's a lot of people who get triggered if they ever see her in Star Wars again.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
A perp, you'd be triggered if she came back. Don't lie.
No, I don't care. I don't care about Gina.
She's irrelevant to my liking the series or not. Like I think I actually have a poster with her on it. Season 1 of Mandalorian. I loved it so much.
It's not her. It doesn't matter. It's not her being great in the show. It has nothing to do with that.
I know.
She's serviceable.
Yeah.
It was that she was expressing the viewpoints of 50% of the country. Okay. She wasn't saying anything too weird. Turns out her ideas about COVID and the vaccine were justified later on.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to use pronouns in her profile. She shouldn't be bullied into it. And then she basically said she tried to humanize Republicans while her co-stars were dehumanizing them. And for that, not only did she lose her job, which they're allowed to do, Disney can fire her for any reason. But on the way out the door, they called her tweets, which represented the views of 50% at least in the United States of America. They called that abhorrent. Yeah. And that's the problem. You just fire her. You don't have to make a political commentary and sort of isolate and otherize 50% of your fans. That's all. That's all.
Sure.
And so
they
if you
lost
just
a lot of people
apologize for
because of
that.
that.
Yeah, just apologize. So you know what? Some asshole got a hold of we're not bringing her back, but sorry for calling her tweets, which represent probably your viewpoints about the world.
You don't think Favreau had any? That was completely Kathy?
I think it was Favreau. It was his idea. We got to get her out of here.
Yeah, maybe it's Favreau.
She's giving me bad ideas.
Yep.
She wrote season 3.
There's no way
she wrote season 3 while she was in the room.
Oh, that's terrible. What a lie.
Patrick Quill, $2. This is for EVS. Shout out to you, dude.
Thanks, my friend.
Thank you.
Kathleen fought for her, but Favreau was too strong.
What else should we? What else is coming? What's else going on in entertainment talk?
I don't know.
Do you like Star Trek?
No.
Picard's amazing.
It's Picarded.
Oh.
Nick, do you like Picard?
Season 1 and 2 were absolute trash. Season 3's actually been pretty
Yeah.
decent.
Maybe you can embrace Star Trek. EVS.
If EVS didn't watch TNG, he would be lost with Picard season 3.
I'm watching Jersey Shore Family Vacation. I'm
Okay.
on season 5, working my way through to
Family
season 6. That's my concern. Those kids, far healthier specimen of humanity, bring more hope to the United States of America and its future than everyone in Star Wars combined, except for Jon Favreau.
Have you seen MILF Manor yet, EVS?
No,
that sounds.
no. I saw the trailer.
What's that
No.
about?
MILF Manor is a bunch of 50-year-old women and kind of one of a reality show, like dating show type of thing. And it turns out that the men that they're going to get matched up with are each other's sons.
Yeah.
Oh! I didn't know that. I didn't. Oh my god.
I thought they were just younger dudes. I didn't know there was that twist.
Yeah, so they're like 8 women and their sons who are like 20, 21, and they're hooking up. So it's like, dude, I fucked your mom. And like, you really did, you know?
Yeah.
That's the
Wow.
show.
That is next level. Wow.
Degrassi says never saw it and knows all about it. No, I didn't watch it, but everybody was talking about it when the trailer came out.
Yeah.
Well, our great friend Reyes says, I don't have an issue with showcases of masculinity and strong personalities. That's why she likes my show. No, I'm just kidding. I want to see mutual respect, partnership across varying identities. Star Trek has this, but I mean, it's not perfect. Okay.
So I would like to say something about the Mario movie, and I haven't seen the Mario
Oh,
movie.
yeah. This
But
is you should be covering this, Ethan, too, because it's an event.
Yeah. This is the first water cooler movie where like every woman I talk to is, oh, they're taking their kids this weekend or something like that. And a couple of people I know have already seen it. And one of my employees came in this morning. She'd seen it last night with her family, a Latina woman. And I go, how'd you like it? She goes, oh, it was so good. It was just like all the games and everything like that. And this is her words, not mine. She goes, and there was no gay stuff, and I loved it. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, every Disney movie we take the kids to nowadays has something weird in it. And I was so happy not to see that. That's again her emotions. I mean, but this is what this movie is going to do. Well, that's what she said. I think this movie is going to have massive international appeal. The Japanese don't mess around with the woke stuff. That's why there's none of that in it. And I'm starting to think that
they do.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
You mean the Chinese don't?
Yeah, they do too.
Chinese don't like the woke.
Yeah, they do.
Let me ask you a question. I'll watch this.
They have gay movies. They have
Japanese
gay shows. What's going on there?
No, you're right. They have that. I'm talking about in their hero stuff. I don't know. Rephrase that.
Nintendo is like Disney pre-woke.
Well, I mean, their
Yeah.
hero stuff. Wouldn't you agree, Perp? Isn't it more like?
Depends. I mean, what's their hero stuff? What do you mean?
Well, like Dragon Slayer, for example.
Sure.
Right? There's female characters in it, but there's still a male lead, and he's not emasculated in it or in any way.
Sure, but that's changing too. Like even Persona's always had like a male lead. And now, like,
Is Donkey Kong in it? Can we
Yes.
see? Is
Yes,
Donkey
he is.
Kong is in the movie? I'll go
Yes.
see it.
Yes.
Is he throwing barrels at Italians?
Yes.
I would presume so. Anyway, it's going to make $1 billion. It's got international appeal, and it's just the first movie I've heard a lot of buzz about just from normies around in a long time.
And this will make you want to see it even more, EVS. John Leguizamo is boycotting it.
The past.
Because he played Luigi in the 90s version.
Yeah.
He's Latino, and he said disinclusion by not having an Italian brother be Latino because he
Not enough
changed.
Latino representation
So-
in a
I
movie
agree with
about Italian actors from New York.
Yeah. So he
Yeah, I think there should be some Latinos in there.
for the Italian plumbers.
He was
They're
grifting.
Italian plumbers.
Yeah, he was grifting. You called it, Max, on the. You did a little thing on it, and he's grifting for his new show.
Could he
you know?
play a mushroom?
He played Luigi.
I know, but you put him in there. Just hey, like a little cameo, like they would have done in the old Batman series, like Super Mario's jumping. He jumps on a mushroom, and it's John Leguizamo who's like, "Hey, you're jumping on my head.
I'm a mushroom.
I'm a mushroom. Hey, everybody, it's me, John Leguizamo. You may remember me
from the first movie.
Yeah,
Well,
nice little cameo, so everybody's heart kind of warm.
Mario movie is a fantastic movie with amazing focus on ensemble cast contributing their individual strengths to problem solving and navigating peril. You're not much of a gamer, but you
Oh, I
played
love the
Mario
old stuff. No,
Yeah, Mario. Yeah.
up to Nintendo. Yeah, like I loved arcades when I was a kid, and then I have adult obligations. I got stuff to do. I got kids to raise. I got a bitch about Rose Tico on the internet. Cut up toys. I'm a grown up.
You don't do that so much anymore. You don't cut up toys anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Are you?
What's the next one?
Is there any chance that you'll get back
do
into pop culture talk like you used to at the beginning of your channel? Like I know you used to cover Star Wars and stuff, but
I love the tablet with the pen.
Oh my god! When you do those readings, EVS with the voices, I got to tell you, that's one of the most entertaining things ever.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm interested in doing it right now. I'm fulfilling Wreck Planet. I got to get Rainbow the Brute done by the end of the year, and I got Cyberfrog 3. I'm really busy doing comics.
My mother laughed her ass off when I told her I bought your comic, and I told her about the idea for Rainbow the Brute. I said because they always change, male focused characters to be more inclusive, woke, or women. So he is doing the opposite. He's changing a female folks property.
All of the female properties.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna do that. This is. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, Rainbow the Brute is in the lead. Okay, he's the main guy, but we're taking all those 80s properties. Like My Little Pony is My Girthy Stallion. So guys can say, you want to take a ride on My Girthy Stallion? We got T-shirts like My Girthy Stallion. The Care Bears are in there. They're like emo. They have emojis. They're whiny, manipulative pieces of shit. We've got Strawberry Shortcake is going to be in it, and those are beautiful women who seduce men with baked goods. There's no sex in this, but it's like women are just like, ooh, I brought you a tart, custard, and you're just like, and it's a substitute for sex, basically just eating baked goods. Trust me, I know. So there's that. What else? There's just a ton of stuff like that. Polly Pocket, is in there. So yeah, I think you're gonna like it. I think you'll enjoy Rainbow the Brute.
Have you read ISOM #1 yet, Ethan?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I thought it was a good start. I think that doing comic books is something that is not easy, and it takes practice and it takes skill. Coming out of the gate, having never written a comic book before, that was an excellent first effort. He's got a long way to go, though, and he's got a lot to learn as a writer of comics. He's working with an artist who's good, who worked for Marvel. Eric is the kind of guy who's a fast learner, and he'll pick it up pretty quickly.
I thought it had a very Jack Reacher feel to it a little bit.
Yeah, like I want to know what the mystery is.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about issue #2, and I don't know how issue #2 is going to connect with issue #1 because you'll see. But it's good. I mean, look, I like the idea of people, kind of taking matters into their own hands and telling stories and doing their best to do that. I think that's a good idea right now. So I'm 100% supportive. I'm in for issue 2.
Yeah,
I'm in for issue 3. It's gonna be a good time.
Yep,
cool. I'll have to watch the campaign video for that. When does that start already or?
Eric says May.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on, honestly, no shade to Eric. I'm not interested in ISOM at all or the Rippaverse.
Yeah,
I'm not a hater.
It boring as hell.
I'm not a hater of it or anything. I'm not a hater of it or anything. He made lots of money. He did great. More power to him. I'm just not interested in that specific comment. I'm talking about Rainbow the Brute.
Hold on. I can find the Rainbow the Brute trailer for you in a second, probably. Yeah, you didn't like it. So Little Movie Perp. What were your thoughts about it? Because you read it.
It was boring as hell. I stopped reading it, so I can't really give a formal review. I stopped reading it a little bit after the fight where he's tossed out of the club from his friend or whatever he was trying to go to, and then he runs into that woman in the air that was already fighting some other people.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit after that, I was like, I don't think this guy knows where he's going with this, in my opinion. Maybe he does, but I wasn't getting any of that. And from what I gather from other people, it appears that I wasn't going to get any more answers or anything. From his powers to the world, it was all unclear to me. All unclear. The art was very basic too, in my opinion.
Well, here's
what was your favorite scene? Like, what would you like? Like, what hooked you?
For me, it was going into the nightclub, encountering, a gangster, and just saying, what the hell's going on here? Where did this woman go? I mean, to me, that's a Twin Peak, possibly like a Twin Peaksian kind of mystery, where you'll find out more about some dark underworld where women are, who knows, harvested for their organs. Who fucking knows? But it could be something really, really creepy and cool. That was my favorite part of it. The collision in midair was bad. That was something that, should have been. We got to meet somehow. How do we meet? All right, a better idea could.
But like you said, first timer, so you kind of gave that a pass, I assume. Like,
I read it and I went, I mean, I listed a number of criticisms for him about that about the book.
Before he published, did he go to you to like, hey, look at this before he published?
He showed me the character before that, and he didn't let me read it. I didn't have any idea, but he asked me a lot of logistical questions.
Sure.
Like. He's got a warehouse, he's got sprinter vans, he's following our operation. He has a whole ton of money, so he's putting up money ahead of we can't do that. But he was able to do that from the start. Turns out like the money that he spent was nowhere near the amount of money that he needed to begin with to pay for all the books that people pre-ordered. So
he ended up overpaying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the idea that you could say he put up $200,000 to start his business, and you go, well, that should be enough. It is not enough. Like he got in so many orders for his comic book that it would have cost way more. Cyberfrog Wreck Planet, to print 26,000 copies of Wreck Planet, cost me $250,000.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's just printing the book. Okay. I knew it was going to be huge. It was going to way overflow what he was prepared to invest into it, which is a good thing he had this pre-order system,
If you have that Rainbow the Brute, I would like to see it.
Okay. Hold on a second.
But I also wanted to share this. Mangold, just one more thing of geek news. And you're a DC, you worked at DC's and you like Swamp Thing. What do you think they're attaching him to Swamp Thing? He's writing a script for Swamp Thing. What do you think?
So he's doing Swamp Thing and Star Wars?
Maybe he's taking on too much. Maybe that, James Mangold.
Everyone that gets Star Wars has a safety net. That's the new thing now. That's the new meta.
He's writing a script for Swamp Thing and writing the script for his Star Wars movie at the same time. Uh-oh. Wow. The truth is, I'm writing both right now, and who knows what's going to happen and what's going to blossom first or second. What do you think of that?
Swamp Thing happens before a Star Wars project.
Yeah, maybe
we'll see how it goes. How his next project does at the box office is going to determine where he goes from there.
Oh yeah, Indiana Jones. Well, yeah, that is Indiana Jones is a success. Absolutely. I was surprised Brian didn't like it. You didn't like it, Nick, the trailer?
It didn't have the OG indie feel for me. Okay. I didn't like a lot of the visuals in it. Right. I don't like the time travel aspect.
I understand that part, yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to be a bad movie.
I just expect good things from him. I like him as a director.
Yeah, he's done good stuff.
He's good.
Yes.
Voltaire, what did you think of the Indiana Jones? Do you have a high regard for Mangold? What do you think?
I mean, Mangold makes me think it's better. The first trailer had me, I don't know. The second trailer made me feel a little better.
If it wasn't Mangold, you would be a little concerned.
Well, he has a track record of some kind. I also think, look, and tell me if I'm wrong, do you feel like them being willing to submit it to cons is a sign?
A good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
To me, the trailer looked awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you said the Indiana Jones trailer?
Yeah, Indiana Jones is a real tough thing for me to stay away from. I'm a major
Oh, I
fan.
didn't know that. Okay.
So I went ahead and I watched the trailer. I watched the other one too, the first teaser trailer, and
Did
I
Phoebe
liked them
Waller-Bridge
both.
annoy you?
Yes.
Are you gonna go to the theater and see it, Ethan?
No, I can't. It's
You
against
can't
the
support
rules.
it. Yo, wow, okay.
But I'm curious about it. I'll read about it. I'm just not going to give any money to it.
What if I send you a copy when it's released? Will you watch it then?
It's just the same thing.
You could crush
Yeah.
it if you want.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's supporting that company right now. I wish
But
I
I
could,
bought
man.
it. But I bought it.
Well, I understand. Yeah.
It'll be Max's personal DVD. He'll send it over to you.
I'll say you're just borrowing it, and you're like, no, Max, I'm destroying it. You
No,
can make more money.
I'm staying away from it. Look,
okay.
the company is corrupt as far as I'm concerned, and they might do some good stuff every now and then. And this movie is probably good, but I don't want to support it. In thought, word, or deed.
Well, if it's good, I want to support it. I don't care about all that other stuff. So
Sure, yeah, I understand that.
all right. So let's look at Rainbow the Brute.
All right, this is just a 20-second teaser trailer. Let me see here.
New from All Caps Comics.
Look at the rainbow. Nice and gay.
The Brute, the last real man in fairyland. A tale of prismatic pain, a spectrum of brutality, and a pretty good dad. Choke slam a unicorn by backing it today. Only on Indiegogo.
That's a great trailer.
Yeah.
Good voiceover actor on that one.
Oh, all right. That's great, man. I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah,
I gotta read Cyberfrog Blood Honey first. I'll have to wait because I didn't back Wreck Planet.
Oh, did you buy a copy of Blood Honey?
Yeah. That
You have one? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's up in my bedroom.
I got 3 copies of Blood Honey and waiting on my copy of Wreck Planet.
Oh God, I can't wait to get Wreck Planet fulfilled, dude. It is agony. It's taking forever. I'm doing my best.
Okay.
We're shipping out.
I saw your post with all the boxes at the front door or back door, wherever it was at.
Yeah, it's at the front door. Like we're every single day we try to get between 100 and 200 crates out, and we have to assemble them. It's so much easier when it's just a single book, and you take the book and you put it in a Gemini mailer, throw it in the mail. But here it is, Wreck Planet.
That does look good, doesn't that? That looks really nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
the art has been. I saw a review of the last Cyberfrog, and the art did look beautiful.
yeah, I think this one's better. The first one was a little bit more like we have to set up a whole lot of stuff, but this one's very much like story, all the way through. So, it's getting good reviews, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
If it ever, I know you're going to do a movie. You want to do a movie eventually. You're like open to it. Like once you finish the story. If you're going to do a video game, what type of video game would it be? Because I would love a beat 'em up like TMNT, or there's a new Toxic. You like the Toxic Avengers?
No, you know what? If I could have any video game that I wanted, it would be like the Spider-Man video game, open world Philadelphia, perfect model of Philadelphia.
Oh, that would be cool.
Over by the Vespis, so all the buildings are covered over with hive material, and you can go into every building and fight and free humans and stuff. And then also you can leap over to the Pine Barrens and protect the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. That whole atmosphere, keep the fires burning and everything. That would be what I want. And you could play as Cyberfrog or Salamandroid. Maybe Heather has been captured. That would be the plot. I don't know, but it would just.
Man, can you play as Heather? Come on, I'd play as Heather.
Yeah, you could play as Heather. I think in the Pine Barrens, Heather gets to be pretty badass in Cyberfrog 3. She's she's mad about her daughter, so it's gonna be cool.
That's pretty ambitious, though. That's gonna be really hard to.
Well, I'm not expecting it. That game probably costs like several billion to make, but. Here's the Heather Swain PVC that we've got lined up for Cyberfrog 3. So
nice.
if Cyberfrog 3 makes another $1 million, everybody will get one of these for free with their order.
Yeah, cool.
I like how you didn't do the Marvel direction with giving them short hair, making them look manly. That looks like a woman.
Hard to, I know. Like Heather,
there's still women that look.
You haven't read Marvel lately, have you?
I like
talking about the movies.
Jeans on it.
You haven't seen Marvel lately.
Yeah, this is really good. I mean, the paint
Scarlet
job on
Witch.
this is just a paint master, but I mean, they did a really nice job. This is going to take like several. Look at that booty on her too. It's very nice. Several like
you don't
paint
see that in a Marvel movie.
Yeah. So
Now,
No,
Brie
that-
Larson's
that's
in
not,
it.
that's not in the new TMNT. That's for sure. That's not like like a comparison be like April O'Neil. You know, did you see the new April?
Yeah, I saw that. We were just shocked and stunned by it. It's all annoying.
I was shocked and stunned.
Yeah. Why bother?
Oh,
Why do
Darce,
it?
I think we have a customer here. You're finally sending. He's working on it.
If you were gonna do a movie, don't do CGI. Try to get a man in suit in there, if possible. If possible.
I don't know how it would work. Darth Scipio, yeah, thank you very much.
CGI would be too expensive. It would look like shit.
We'll get your stuff to you, my friend. We're working on it right now. I know it took a long time, but when you see what we did with your money, because we spent your money. I mean, we really did. We made those PVC toys.
Yeah.
We made the most beautiful comics. We're giving you extra comics. Everybody's getting a keychain, with your order. The PVC toys are just unreal. Everybody can't believe that, for backing at $25, you get that and everything that you're getting in those boxes. But thank you for waiting. I really wanted to take my time and make the book good. So much of what's coming out from these crowdfunders is just not good. It's substandard. The books have to look good and they have to read well, so that even like little movie perp would read it and just have to acknowledge, well, at least the comic's good.
Yeah.
That's for real. That's where we need to be. We need to be better than Marvel and DC, or else what are we doing? So thanks for allowing me the time to do it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when I ordered the first issue of Cyberfrog, what I paid for when I originally pre-ordered it, I got more than what I had originally paid for in the tier that I paid in. Same thing with issue 2. I paid for a certain package, and then you've added stuff to that package, and so I'm actually getting more than what I actually signed up to pay for.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. That's why it's like everything scales out. Like if you only sell 100 copies of Cyberfrog, you need to charge $25 for them in order to pay the printing bill on a low print run. But as it grows, you can start taking that money and investing it in other things and give them more product for their money. So it also encourages more people to back. It's a really good crowdfunding is a absolute blessing. It makes it so that anybody can do anything, essentially, if you just have a fan base who's willing to support you.
I know you were talking about doing a big, huge fan meetup like a year ago. You still looking at doing that?
So everybody needs me to do everything. I want to do it, but I'm buried. I got so much to do. So I'm hoping somebody else picks up the ball, but if they don't, I will eventually get around to doing that. I got to crowdfund a convention. I've got people who run conventions who are sympathetic to Comicsgate, who are like, we'll do it for you, but you've got to do the crowdfunding aspect of it. Raise $100,000 or something. I don't know what it costs. I have no idea. I don't know anything about it, but we'll see. Yeah, I would love to do a really nice meetup where it would work the same way as crowdfunding. Like we'll say, look, all we're trying to do is we're trying to rent a ballroom in a hotel. Okay, and just do a little meetup, a little convention, a mini convention, and then if we raise more than that and it grows, then we expand and our convention is better and better. We have more events, stuff like that. But if we just think small, I think we'll be better off.
I was gonna say, can't you just get a room in Atlantic City or something like that?
I love it, but everybody wants to go to Florida because it's a good meetup. We got people from Europe and Australia, like all these people would want to.
Oh,
come
is there a reunion between you and Jeremy? If you go to
Jeremy Griggs, he'd be welcome to come. Sure, I doubt he will, but he'd be welcome to be there.
I think there's a future for you both.
Me too. I'm sure.
I remember. I was there that first video. You guys, where you were hanging out Toys R Us or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll work out.
We had
He
fun
was
in
mad at
Chicago.
me. I didn't realize he was mad. Like he's like, I'd never met him before. I just knew of him.
Well,
from
I'm
YouTube.
just saying, if you go to Florida, you got to hang out with them. You got to get over.
Why is he sorry? Florida having a nice time. Why would I have to hang out with geeks and gamers? Like,
I even if I go to Disney World, I'm gonna hit up Jeremy. I'm gonna be like, hey Jeremy, I'm gonna hit them up. If next time I go down there. There's a few people I want to meet. There's that band that I like that's in Florida. You know,
You don't like geeks and gamers. Why would you want to spend any time with them at all?
I actually have become a fan of him again, Ethan.
Oh, have you? You
Actually,
got canceled by your friends, and now you're a fan of him again?
No. Well,
did that have something to do with it? You kind of saw the other side of things.
No, because
Max likes his Trump coverage.
Listen. I watch his Trump coverage, and I laugh.
Yeah.
I watch both sides. I of all this chaos, I don't care. I've checked out of this politics. I'm like, I don't care anymore. Like, people, you can all just fight. I don't care. So I watch Young Turks, and then I go watch D-Day Cobra.
Well, there's no defending the left and Biden right now, so
that's
all you can do is
I go watch everyone.
everyone.
Why not watch everyone? I don't care. I'm checked out of all these. I've checked out of fandom wars, politics war. I don't care. I'm just living my life, loving as much people as I can, and I don't care. Like I always said, I would go buy you a beer if I met you in real life. I'd go buy Jeremy a beer. I don't like shit he says. That doesn't mean I hate him. You know.
Well, how do you feel about that little movie part? Would you hang out with Jeremy Griggs in Florida?
No, I don't hang out with anyone.
I'm gonna go. Now Ryan Kinnell could kick rocks for all I can. No, I'm just kidding. I would probably buy Kinnell a beer too. That would be harder. Oh, actually, I said I would buy him a beer, and he's like, "No, I don't drink." I'm like, "Damn it, yeah." So I'll have to get him a Shirley Temple then. I'll get Jeremy a Shirley Temple, and I'll drink the beer.
I mean, there are 20 million people living in Florida. Maybe
Yeah,
more
but they
than
seem
that.
like I would want to go hang out with them. I would. I'm not lying.
All right.
Maybe, maybe they don't want to see me. I don't know.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to get going. It's
All
been
right,
a pleasure.
thanks, Herb.
Fun talk.
All right.
Later, everyone. Have a good stream, Max.
All right.
Perp.
Bye,
later.
bye, Ethan. Bye,
Bye.
Nick.
See ya,
Bye,
Poop.
Voltaire.
Bye, bud.
Little movie.
Little movie poop.
Little movie poop. It was. Hey, no, I liked Ethan's chat when they called me little movie perv. That one got me. Let's go with little movie perv.
Little movie perv too. Yeah,
There
that's
you
right.
go.
That was good.
Later, guys. Have fun.
Yeah, I got to go too. I got to get back to work. But
Yeah,
Me too. I gotta
We're
work.
streaming at 7 a.m, so
Oh man, I gotta compete with you, Nick.
covering more horse shit.
Oh, I'll be so excited. Maybe I'll visit and I'll be like so hype. I'll be like, yeah, Nick, this is great.
Yeah.
You're gotta wake up to cover shit. Okay, I gotta get on your channel, Nick. Me and Brian.
Yeah.
I gotta debate this season of Mandalorian when we get to the finale with you. Okay, but thanks, Ethan. I don't want to keep anyone. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Ethan, Nick, Voltaire.
Thank
I
you.
guess we're wrapping it up. It's like 2 a.m. for me right now. And Ethan, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'll be on at 7. We'll start at 7 in the morning. We're gonna go for a couple hours. I'll probably shoot EBS a link. We had R&B on today. Ron Kinnell.
Oh, did he like it? Oh, Kinnell was there. Ew.
Yeah, Kinnell was there. R&B, Latino Slant, Valiant Renegade.
Was R&B happy? Oh, Valiant Renegade. Oh God.
One more thing though before you leave, Nick. So, what do you guys think about? People are saying is Boyega going to be in these new Rey movies, and they're worried. Will he take the roles? Like, to me, that's complete bogus. Like, what the hell?
It's funny because have you seen recently what Boyega said about Disney?
Yeah, I
Star
have.
Wars.
I think he'll
So,
want.
so he is now backpedaling from
There
the
we go.
statements that he said before. So maybe he has talked to them and they're looking at giving him a role, and so he's kind of backpedaling a little bit to get a paycheck.
Or maybe his agent talked to him, right?
Yeah. I'm sure it was probably his agents probably having some back and forth.
Well, that's
talks
that.
and-
Everyone always. I say 75% of the time when people in the entertainment industry say, "I'm never doing that again," they always come back around. They try to do other things. It's not most of the time. It's not as successful as it once was, and they always come back.
The thing is, Boyega's character had a very interesting potential with the first movie, and then they completely destroyed it. And he was basically a joke. Then they shrinked him on the China movie poster, which he didn't really appreciate. And so I'm sure he's probably not a huge fan of those movies, but I mean, he got a paycheck for it, so he's probably laughing all the way to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can get another paycheck, he'll be there.
Hey, Nick, I have a kind of like shop question if you're willing to discuss it, because I have another friend that just got demonetized when he was experimenting with shorts, and I know you guys got back.
Yeah.
Is there any advice that there's a few for my friends.
I can tell you exactly. I can tell you exactly what to do.
Well, okay, all right, because there's two friends I'm going to send this to. There's one that just got demonetized today. Okay,
right,
and I'm experimenting with shorts too.
Yeah. So what we did, do you want me to tell you what you need to do with shorts so you don't get demonetized, or do you want me to tell you how to get your channel remonetized after?
Because you're the only one. You're the only one I know that successfully got remonetized. So tell us anything you could do to help, because there are some YouTubers suffering right now. Yes.
So you just want to know how we got our channel remonetized?
No. What you could do with shorts to make sure it doesn't get flagged by YouTube first, and then how you got remonetized after the issue.
All right. So first, let me address the shorts.
Yes.
So when you do shorts, whatever clip it is that you're using, have you seen the Quarterings shorts? Any of his? Okay. If you watch his shorts, that is a good example of what you need to do. You need to be on screen talking. You need to have the clip up, have some words or something that go across the screen saying whatever it is saying, or you can have your logo or something, and then you are commentating on it. So you'll play the clip, and then you'll talk during it, or you'll pause it and talk during it. You have to make sure that whatever it is that you're using or reacting to, that you are changing it enough. Where YouTube...
if I post the short, I pause it. The shorts I've been posting, I pause it and I talk it, but I'm not always on screen.
If you're on screen, you will for sure not get nailed for reused content. Because even we got nailed for some that we were talking on, and we had music on, but we weren't actually on screen.
Oh wow!
So we started putting ourselves on screen, and then all those ones are fine.
Okay.
Like if you go watch some of our recent ones, which it doesn't seem like YouTube's pushing out shorts anymore. I don't know if they've abandoned doing it or what the deal is, but I mean, we had shorts that we had over 2 million views on a couple of them. And and now, like, if we put out a short, like, we'll be doing good if we get 600 views on it.
I've been doing good with shorts, but I'm concerned too, because I saw other people having issues.
Yeah, that you will get hit for reused content and get your channel demonetized. Now, if your channel does get demonetized, you have to wait the 30 days. There's nothing you can do. You can bitch and moan to YouTube on Twitter, Team YouTube, all that. Nothing's going to change. They're going to ask you to go through a process of recording a video showing what you do for your content, and then they'll always come back and say, this video that you made that you sent us does not specifically show how you edit content to change it to make it your own. And no matter what you do, whatever you send them, they're going to come back and deny you. So you're going to have to wait the 30 days. After that 30 days, you reapply for monetization, and they're going to deny you monetization. At that point, after you've deleted all the videos, gone through all the process that they tell you to do, because there's several steps, you got to go through your content, and you got to make sure you delete anything that they could possibly hit you for. Once that's done and they deny you that second time after that 30 days, that's when you start flagging Team YouTube, and you say, can you please manually review this? There is no way that you can claim anything on our channel is reused content at this point in time per your guidelines and rules. I need this manually reviewed. We got remonetized that day.
Okay. Because your experience can really help some people.
Yeah. So other people have had the same issue. We told them the same thing, and they've also gotten remonetized.
All right. I appreciate you sharing that, Nick, because one of my friends has been demonetized for like 5-6 months.
Jarbo?
No. I said one of my friends.
You guys are.
I'm not even going over that. It's done. But And then another one just got demonetized today. You know,
did they get demonetized for used content?
It says here, after reviewing, channel uses someone else's content without making changes that add significant value.
Yeah, that's reused content. They're hitting all kinds of people with that. So if you got to make sure if you're using other stuff, you got to make sure that you are changing it and editing it enough to where it almost doesn't even resemble the original content, and it's got your stuff plastered all over it. Like we put our logo on there, we put a YouTube neon sign on there, we put our faces on there, we put words on there. Whatever it is we had to do, we made sure that it was changed and edited enough, and we made sure that our commentary and stuff was for like documentation, educational, whatever. So there's no way per their guidelines / rules that they could get us on the Ree's content again. So we went through it. It sucked. We didn't get paid for 2 months. And so
that would kill me. I don't, I can't. Wow.
But yeah, it was a learning lesson. We went through it, and hopefully we don't ever have to go through it again.
Yeah. And you still use shorts or no?
Yeah. We put out short a week or two ago, maybe. I can't remember.
If you get a chance, look at my shorts. Make sure I'm not doing anything wrong, because I haven't been on, but I pause it and I'm talking through it, and I'm reacting. I think I'm adding significant value, but basically the gist of it, the more you could do to be transformed, the better, to cover your ass. If you're going to do that, right?
Yeah. Let's see. God, every time I try finding your channel, tons of Mad Max trailer stuff comes up.
Movie Madness and Entertainment now.
Yeah.
Well, I could bring it up if you want. Maybe I should slow down with the shorts. I don't know. But I'm actually getting confused.
We don't do a whole lot of them anymore. We'll still put them out from time to time. All right, so I'm looking at it. So this first one that has 13 views on it, you misspelled Thrawn.
Oh, I did it on my phone. Thinking autocorrect keep messing. Oh. Yeah, I know.
Thrawn confirmed in Ahsoka.
I'm reacting to other YouTubers in some situations.
Okay, yeah, you're not playing the actual clip. You're talking and you're scrolling through.
I try to use that part of my on the actual video. I play more of the video, but when I do a clip out for a short, I try to do when I pause it and say something.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Okay. They're not going to be able to get you for that second one. It's all you guys on a panel. They're not going to get you for that. Oh God, Grace Randolph. Oh, she's the worst. Her Mario review is terrible.
Well, she said Mario me too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're the Grace Randolph one. You're pausing. You're talking. You got it zoomed in.
See, people get annoyed with me when I pause on stream. I actually had a member like, "Stop pausing, Max." I'm like, "You don't understand."
You have to.
Yes,
you have to. Like we get the same thing in chat, and we're like, "Look, if you want to go watch the whole thing and then come back, here's the link. We'll put the link in chat. Just go watch it and then come back."
That's exactly why I do it. Right?
But we have to pause for copyright and all that. Even when we edit our videos and we use clips and stuff, I mean, we make sure we're not like going beyond like, what is it, like 14 seconds or whatever the limit is that they recommend you don't go beyond. So yeah, I mean, we're very careful now in our editing process.
Guess what? More pausing to come. Every frame of pause is what you found.
Yeah, you got to. The only people that complain about that are non-content creators because they don't get it.
Yeah.
Go become a content creator and you'll learn.
You put your whole channel at risk just for not pausing and commentating.
or taking a video that has the potential of, what if you get a video that goes viral and it's copyright claimed and it gets over 1 million views? I mean, you're out like freaking like $6,000.
Oh wow, yeah. Just because you didn't pause, and
Just because you
commentate
didn't pause and talk, or or do anything like that.
Yeah. Well,
So-
thank you, Nick. I know you got to wake up in the morning to be grumpy. I'll try. I don't know if I want to do a competing stream or join you.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to jump on, me and Coach are going to be covering it. We'll be popping people in and out. We're not going to go 9 hours like we did today. There's just no way, because we're streaming tomorrow for our Saturday night stream tomorrow night as well. So we're going to go from 7 to 11 or 12 noon. And then anything that we miss during the celebration live stream, we'll cover Saturday night, and then we'll do pop-ins and all that sort of thing Saturday night. And then Sunday we'll be right back covering. No, we're not going to do it Sunday. We're not doing it Sunday at all. We're taking Sunday off.
So is Ewan McGregor there? Is that true? Did I hear that right?
He wasn't there today.
If he's there tomorrow, hopefully Obi-Wan season 2.
Look, as bad as Obi-Wan was, I mean, that man was born to play Obi-Wan.
Yes.
I love Ewan McGregor. I was glad that he was reprising the role. I just thought the writer of the show, I thought the writing of the show was shit. I thought it broke canon. Even Ewan McGregor said it was supposed to be me and Luke. Then they changed it. Obi-Wan never ran around with Leia. I mean, it was dumb. Reva, really?
I like Reva.
So you know, they could have done that. As I was watching that, I was thinking, okay, they wanted a little Leia storyline. They could have done that separately with like Ahsoka or something. They could have shoehorned that whole thing in. But there's some scenes with Ewan McGregor where he's just acting the hell out of a bad script and very emotional and just doing a fantastic job in that thing.
Yeah, he's a good actor. And then Vader and him meeting again. Like, I was like, really? It would have been way more interesting, because think about this. If you got the Obi-Wan show, it's not Leia in there. Maybe you have a little side story with Leia on Alderaan and her stuff with the rebellion. You got Luke and Obi-Wan on Tatooine. You got Vader searching for Kenobi, searching for other Jedis, but Kenobi and Vader never meet. He's always trying to find them, but he can never find them. He's always one step behind whatever it is Kenobi's doing. He never finds them. And then the Inquisitors, whatever, are just randomly on Tatooine chasing another Jedi there, or get word that there's Jedi there or something. And then they find out that Kenobi's there. They're trying to race back to inform Vader, and Kenobi's trying to stop them from informing Vader that they're there, that Luke's there. And right before they're getting ready to escape, Kenobi like kills him or something, whatever. And then Vader spends this whole time looking for Kenobi, never finding him. Then you fast forward to A New Hope when he senses him on the Falcon. And then boom, there he is, the guy that he spent all that time hunting and looking for when he was hunting down the Jedi. That conversation stuff would have just been way more impactful. It would have added to the original trilogy. Now with the Kenobi we got, it's like, what? Like, listen to Leia's dialogue, Luke's dialogue. Like, it's.
I get that, and your storyline is really good, but don't you think that the end fight and the end scenes, the scenes with when he sees Darth Vader for the first time and he says, "What have you become?" You don't think that all that was kind of worth it for breaking that canon a little bit?
I mean, it was emotional and stuff, but it breaks canon. They should have never met, in my opinion. I did not think, I was completely against them ever meeting again from the get-go. But yeah, that was emotional scene, and then you see Anakin's eye, through the helmet. It was an emotional scene, and Kenobi's like, I'm sorry, Anakin, and then he leaves them.
Yeah. So no, and I know you're a big Star Wars fan, but so when in that first time when he sees him and he says, "What have you become?" Don't tell me that didn't grab you. Like, you know.
Yeah, like I said, it was an emotional scene, but I still don't think that it should have ever happened.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I'll give it that it was emotional, powerful scene, but I'm still in the camp of it. It should have never happened. I'll never watch that show ever again.
What about the fan cuts?
The fan cuts, they basically made in my opinion, they made a turd, a shiny, nice looking turd.
Just put some sprinkles.
I love.
I mean, you have a turd, then you get the fan edit that makes it like a shiny, nice looking turd. It was better than what we got, but it was still a turd.
Still put some whipped cream on it, and that's it.
Yeah. You know, they put whipped cream, a cherry, and sprinkles on the turd that was already there. So, yeah.
Well, I'm loving it. Just like, all right, but let's get. People have places to go. I'll do the mailbag tomorrow. Voltaire, thank you, Nick. Voltaire, you might have to be on the team or something. You're doing really good with the commentary.
No, I'd love to if you'll have me.
Oh wow, Voltaire, part of it. What do you think? I don't know. Ray is a good judge for my channel. What do you think, Ray? Voltaire's got a lot to add.
Well, ask her behind the scenes so she can be honest. So there you
go. Nick, thank you. I disagree with you. I still love you, man.
A lot of people in our community disagree with me.
Okay.
No, but you know what? You can have a discussion about it without getting pissed.
You can't make people pay to see things they don't want to see. You can't.
Yeah.
So whatever. It's not. I know skin off my back. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. And Star Wars is back, baby. Woo!
All right. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye.